actually hiding. I was walking through there. Yeah. How do I sound to you?
Yeah, all good, man.
Sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you done with it with
Yes. Nobody's in here but me.
What?
Nobody's in the
Shot the
building but
last
me.
man.
The last man
Last
standing.
man. That's what that noise was.
All right,
Think
guys.
so?
Yeah, but we are live. We are live. We are live. We are live.
All right. Are we live tomorrow?
No, next week. Next week. All right, guys. We are live. We are live. Y'all see the title? Y'all see the title?
Yep. C Slim Talk Show.
See some talks.
Yeah,
I
talk
should have
show.
said direct talk show. Saying
Oh, so he said hell no.
Oh, hell no. Father, come on. Calm down.
Yeah, but y'all. All right, guys. All right. You know, we're about to get this shit started. We're about to get this shit started on and popping. All right, so y'all see the title. What you guys think about Bethesda?
man.
My honest opinion, couldn't give a shit, man. The only game that I think was alright from them that I played was Evil Within 2 was alright, but other than that, pass for me. I don't really care. I'm good.
What you guys think about Bethesda?
Yeah.
Well,
My honest opinion, couldn't give a shit, man. The only game that I think was
Well, hello. Cyber Dragon here.
Evil Within 2.
Well, Bethesda. Well, I have played Fallout 3 on the PS3 back in the day. I was a good gamer. A friend of mine who was bad, being evil, blew up Megatown with the nuclear bomb. For some reason, his PS3 bricked on him. He had to go buy a new one because he was being bad karma in the game. But on the PS4, I have Rage 2. What's the other game I got? Fallout 4. I got those two to knock off. And Wolfenstein, the New Order, and then the Old Order. So those are a few of the Bethesda games that I currently have that I just going to play, beat, and platinum, and then move on. No interest in 76 Fallout, and really, they got some games coming down the pipeline, but they've been working those games for several years. Correct?
all right. Well, my interest is really in Elder Scrolls and Fallout. But I have played other Bethesda games like Rage, Dishonored, The Evil Within. I played those games, and I'm not gonna lie, there's some good games. They were good games. I enjoyed them all. Didn't care for Doom. I really don't care for that at all. But Fallout and Elder Scrolls, that's the two games that I really enjoy. That I really are a fan of. And so, I put time into both those games. I put a lot of time. I even platinum Skyrim, but I didn't platinum Fallout 4. Nor did I platinum New Vegas and 3. I didn't do none of those things, but I put a lot of time into them, and I enjoyed those games. I didn't care for Oblivion. I really didn't care for all of them all. But really, if they were becoming exclusive, man, it'd be like what it used to be, Morrowind was exclusive to Xbox, the first Xbox, and so if they're all still there, I'm not gonna buy an Xbox just for those games. No, so I'm just gonna leave it like that, and I was just gonna say that these games are not, they're not priority. They're not like, oh, you got to get an Xbox for that. No, If they were exclusive, I wouldn't worry about them because I got other games to play, and that's all that matters. That I have many other games to get my hands on. So, well, that's about it though. Slim.
Well, the wreck. You said you got other games to play. Are those other games less buggy? Is that the case? Huh?
Actually,
out there like that, mate. He's straight out there, isn't he? He ain't fucking about. He's like, boy, me, isn't he?
It sounds like somebody mic is echoing or something. It's like whenever people talks, huh?
Is it me?
Say something.
Is it me?
No.
All right, is it me?
It sounds like you got a reverb, like it's echoing. So, I guess how we gonna do this is like whenever a person talk, just kind of mute because somebody got an echo. Okay. If you don't mind, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
I forgot my train of thought, man. What the fuck I was gonna say, bro? Yeah, so are you guys a fan of Bethesda or what?
Nope, not a fan at all. I really just love Fallout and Skyrim. Not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. That's the two I really like. But in recent, I didn't really care for the online only Fallout. I didn't care for that. That was trash. Oh, and the other one, the Elder Scrolls Online, I did bought it, but I didn't really play it, and so it really kind of like didn't care for that. Now, maybe down the line, I probably will buy, but I'm not gonna buy no online only Fallout. No, and then the way they was treating their fan base, is pretty wrong. It's really just like not worth having them as the top company that I favorite. They way at the bottom for me. They way at the bottom. I enjoy other companies' games. That Kojima games and stuff. His games and Atlas games. I enjoy those games. Those companies' games, and so for them to how they treat their fan base, banning people that's been on Fallout 76 since day one and banning them because he had the same exact items, and the thing says it was cheating, some kind of little anti-cheat thing said he was cheating, and so and he was talking and saying that I wasn't even cheating. There's just multiple items I have that I saved up, and they claimed that he cheated, and so I think they're not really a good company to say that they're a favorite, and especially their engine. If they don't change that engine, then they're gonna have an even more problem for them. It's gonna be even more a problem because they've been using the same engine on Fallout and Elder Scrolls for years, and fans are getting tired of fixing their games. The games always be buggy. They always be buggy. They always been messed up, but they're not messed up as Cyberpunk messed up, but they're messed up.
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, bro. I have to agree, man, because normally, all the games, bro, that they come out with, it just, I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying, man? It's just like the look of it, dog. It's like the game just looked freaking old, man. It just looked freaking old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
it does.
But like, I have to say, man, I mean, like, the best games for me, in my opinion, I love Skyrim and Fallout 4. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of them games. You know, but other than that, I mean, like the rest could go to shit. You know.
Yeah.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
from my perspective, I forgot to add in Dishonored 1 and Dishonored 2. I do have Elder Scrolls Skyrim physical on the PS3. But that was about it for as Bethesda games I have. I still yet to play both the Dishonored, the Wolfenstein, Fallout 4, and Rage 2. No interest in Doom at all. It's a good game for some. Uh, but for me, if they were to make their games exclusive to the Xbox platform, then they can stay over there. I'm good. There's a lot other better games out there, and the world has seen this. It's a lot better games. And just like Ralph had said about the engine, they need to improve that engine. Everybody else is making strides in the industry with better and stronger engines. You got the Decima, you got the Unreal 5 that's coming. I don't know what engine Insomniac made or Naughty Dog made, but their engine is doing wonders for their games. So they need to invest some money and improve that engine. Uh, they have to. If not, it's going to be the same song and dance for the past 15 years.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but a lot of people is all excited because like the newer games that will be coming out in the future, which means could be 3, 4, 5 years out, right? And then the main titles that they fans is really excited about is mainly Indiana Jones, Stroll 6, and of course Starfield. But like me personally, I mean, like I saw trailers of it and everything, but it just doesn't pull me, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. And something else that's next to what you just named off, those are all single player games. I thought they didn't like single player games over there on that system.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
know
mean,
PC gamers like single player games, but not the Xbox fan base from what they've been promoting and saying. They want military shooters. They want multiplayer.
multiplayer games all the time. Damn,
Yeah, yeah,
damn story based
yeah.
games.
Yeah, the
Xbox.
Starfield it's a space RPG. You know, Indiana Jones is a single player adventure game that hopefully is on par with Tomb Raider and Uncharted. Single player
No
games.
chance. Mm.
Yeah, bro. But like I told people, man, all them titles is not going in Game Pass because if you think about it, right? How the fuck Microsoft gonna get back that $7.5 billion? I mean, like, they gotta get the money back some way, somehow, right? So, all them games is not going to Game Pass. It would be cross platforms.
Yep. It's gonna have to be, innit? Like what was it? Like 60% of their games were sold on PlayStation. So, but I'm hoping at some point they do make them exclusive. Like put out a bit of competition. Do you know what I mean? They need that.
Right.
They need it. Do you know what I mean? Like make them exclusive. Like put out some competition, mate. Like do something.
I want Xbox to do good, man. I want them to do good. I mean, like,
competition's healthy, man.
Right.
It's good to have competition. Do you know what I'm saying? It's good to have these companies drive each other to push them to, oh, they done this, we got to do that. Let's have that back instead of all this. Do you know what I mean? Just make them exclusive. Just okay, it might not pay off straight away, but if you can attract people to your platform, entice, say, and do that, make the moves to do that. Like, give PlayStation and Nintendo a bit of competition, step it up. Yeah, but yeah. It is what it is. We have to see how
Yeah,
it
but
goes.
they big on that service shit. I mean, like,
That's it, man. That's
yeah,
their way forward. They want out the hardware, I think, man, and that's the problem. It get to the point where Xbox is just a stick in the back of your TV and that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
but
don't
they
think
brought
that.
all kind of studios and shit, and thinking like, you know, they just gonna pick up Xbox just off the ground like that. I mean, like, just buying freaking studios don't mean crap, man.
Nah, exactly. I mean, you look at Microsoft Studios and you look at the Sony's, and you see the quality that Sony puts out. Man, that was built. That wasn't. Do you know what I mean? That was built.
That's
And
built
we need
directly
that.
from the ground up and stuff.
We need that from Microsoft, man. We need competition. You know, I don't think we're going to get that. Like you said, they're going service based, man. They're just going to be straight up service. Nah, and I don't think that's the right
They
way
trying
to
to
go.
put their stuff on cell phones, TVs, and all this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I did read somewhere that I guess it's like a surmise or a theoretical plan. The AA games that Bethesda and ZeniMax all of them drop will go straight to Game Pass, but the AAA multiplat will be multiplat, the AAA games, because they cost more to make, and since the fan base will not be buying those games, why stick a AAA game in Game Pass? You're not going to make that money back. You have to go multiplat to make that money. Because
But
that 7.5 billion, that value came from PlayStation, PC, Nintendo, and Xbox gamers buying these games over the past 15 years. So that's where that value comes from. So you're going to knock out what? Nintendo and PlayStation? The whole PC and Xbox will recoup that 7.5 billion? That's not happening.
what up, Doc? What up, ICU?
You know, if you look at what happened with Mojang, who did Minecraft, they paid $2 billion for it.
Uh-huh.
Minecraft is multiplat everywhere. They made their money back in less than 2 weeks, I hear. That's because it's multiplat. If they made Minecraft exclusive just to the Xbox, they might have made the $2 billion back in maybe 3 years. But they made it back in less than 2 weeks because it was multiplat. So if they want that 7.5 back, they gotta spread it everywhere. And Bethesda them said that the company's been put into a separate company that's gonna be called the Vault. Now the Vault is not part of Xbox Studios. It's a separate entity.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason for that. In case things go left, well then that company's ready to just be third party with the Vault, putting out Bethesda games everywhere. So they got some fail-safe in place. But certain Xbox guys don't see that. All they want is exclusives now, when before exclusives don't matter. Phil keeps saying exclusives don't matter. Exclusives don't mean much anymore in the industry. But now they want exclusives? I mean, there's so much flip-flopping over there, it's a shame.
It better been
over here on
ass.
PlayStation, we try to keep our exclusive on the console, but this damn company wants to put them elsewhere on PC.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead, Rick.
That's why we got Horizon and Days Gone going to PC. You know, this man. I wonder what their true goal is, bruh. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's really their true goal? Because if they gonna start doing that, then I want to know if their quality of games are going to still be on par, or is it going to decrease? You know, and that's all I want about the quality. Because man, we've been getting quality for years, bro. For years, ever since the start, ever since came to the picture, bro. You know, they've been putting out quality, dog, throughout the years, man. And it's just, man, for them to put it on PC, you know, I wonder what really the true motive behind all this. You know, we always say it's money and stuff. Yeah, but what's really going on? You know,
Right.
That's really what I'm trying to find out, because Jim Ryan didn't specifically said old games or new games. So right now it's up. So far we saw is old games that came out, but I still have to see what they're gonna do because they say only getting some more games will be coming to PC. Now, what are those games? You know, are there gonna be new games or old games? That's what I'm trying to figure it out, though. I'm really trying to figure out what their really goal is. Because they're gonna try to do date and date. You know, how can I say? How can I say this? Really, that's not only on PlayStation. On the covers of these the PS5 games that we see right now. There's only on PlayStation. You don't see that. You don't see it on Returnal. You don't see it on Ratchet and Clank. You don't see it on Demon Souls nor Spider-Man. Of course, it's not Spider-Man because it's going to be. Well, it still could say that only on PlayStation because it's only on PlayStation. There's nowhere else but PlayStation. But yeah, they messing up, dog. They're messing up a lot, and I want to see what they're gonna do, what their true motive, their true goal is behind all this.
Well, Ralph, it's one word, my brother: revenue. Revenue.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cyber.
But
I think Cyber's having some difficulty. Cyber.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear, brother.
Yeah, man, this Discord, man.
So, Cyber.
Go ahead, hit me with the question.
Yeah, so, Cyber. Do you think Sony is headed in the right path or what, man? I mean, like, what's your opinion on it, on this situation?
Well, first let me make a declaration. To members of those who play on PlayStation. If you get them on PlayStation and you feel as though it is okay for Sony to put the IPs, they're not protecting these IPs on PC, but you just a gamer on PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation gamer. The IPs brought me here to this console. The game's fun, great, so many of them. And what put these games on a high volume sale pedestal of copies sold, millions of copies sold, was the fan base, including the hardcore and casual gamer. But to turn around and take certain games just to throw them on PC to gain what little revenue you're going to get from that when you made most of your revenue from the fan base with your console. It boggles the mind as to what they're thinking. I'm tired of this, they're trying to make extra money. That's bullshit, because they're making money with the console since the PS1. So you can't sit there and say that because Horizon's on PC and Days Gone is going, they're going to make even more money. They're basically breaking even, because they're still fixing the Horizon as we speak to run better on the PC. But then there's a new wrinkle that came about. The engines. Horizon's was done with the Decima engine. Mm-hmm. Death Stranding was done with the Decima engine. They're looking to promote that engine as well. So I foresee Horizon 2 for Ben West going to PC within 3 years. But the turnaround time is getting smaller. It took Horizon 3.5 years. Days Gone will be on PC in 2 years now. Come this spring, April, Days Gone launched in April 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years this April. Now Days Gone will be on PC in April. But Days Gone is done with the Unreal Engine, and apparently Days Gone 2 is being developed using Unreal 5 engine. So there's another aspect of the engines that's at play here that a lot of people are not aware of, but it is there. It's prevalent. Then Sony did say they're going to send some more. They're going to send more games, man.
Man,
it's like they are getting arrogant, forgetting who put them on the map, man. Who put them there? The fan base did. The hardcore and casual gamer. And there's a lot of them out there. There's some PlayStation brother, man, who feels as though it's okay. The game is old. That's not the point. You protect your IP, man. Nintendo protects their IP.
MLB, same way, man.
Huh?
Look at MLB the show. First time being on Xbox. you know?
Mm-hmm. But Sony was strong arm into that one. Either they lose millions of dollars in profit from the revenue from the MLB game and let somebody else reap that. And it might have been EA would have jumped on that hard body too, man. They would have snatched that up with no hesitation. And so it's best to make some money than no money in some cases. But they will get more revenue from the MLB thing than it will with Horizon or Days Gone. So, and then you got to add in the fact that PS5 launched last November. Because of the Horizon, the PC that summer, at launch, Horizon Zero Dawn, PS5 update, that should have been ready at launch. But no, they were working on the PC port. You know, that's an example right there of a mismanagement. You know, they could have done that after the after the update for the PS5. Didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something that I noticed that happened on Twitter, which is actually a positive on this spin with Days Gone. Sony Ben tweeted out about Days Gone going to PC and this and that. Several individuals on that Twitter feed were saying to Sony Ben, please make sure that the PS5 update is running properly and good. Then worry about the PC port. Now that I liked. So these were some PC gamers. Well, they didn't get the console. They understand what happens when you are working on a certain game to put the PC, but you didn't finish making sure it ran properly on the platform that it was on initially. So that I did like. You know, so I retweeted all those who mentioned that on that tweet. But protect your IPs. You know, Aloy's gone, man. You know, our little redhead is now in PC land, man, and she shouldn't be there.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah,
but they do get a chance to play a great game. You know, taking down robots. Now, I can't think of any other game you can do that in. Can anybody here think of any other game you can do that in? You know, so as long as they treat her right, man. But see, they didn't treat her right. They didn't buy the game, man. You got what, 500 million PC gamers? It only sold maybe 1 million copies. Whereas it sold almost 15 million on a PS4? What's wrong with that number there? No, they always keep saying that, put your games on PC, they'll sell more. That's a flat lie, because that hasn't happened. One misnomer is GTA 5. That thing launched in 2013. As of right now, it's going to be on 7 platforms. 7 platforms, and it just cleared about 150 million copies. It should have sold 150 million copies on PC by itself, but it didn't.
Rockstar killing platforms. It right now, man.
I mean, you got 360, PS3, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Series X and S, and PS5. That game's going to be on all those platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it should have sold the most on PC, but it hasn't yet. So.
Yep.
So basically, Sony, I feel that they're going in the wrong direction. Maintain your IPs. You know, you want these consoles sold. They are being sold because people want the PS5. But you got to maintain that. You know, it's like you forgot what got you here. And, you know, this happened with them doing the PS3. They got a wake-up call during the era of the PS3, and toward the end, the ship was righted. So we see what happens here with this PS5, man. I myself, since they want to carry the PC, I'm going to PC Sony by paying cheaply. So that's my move.
Now you sound like Doc _Doc 1985.
What's up, Doc? I see you here in the chat.
You
But
sound
no,
like
I'm not
Doc.
a bunch of gamer. It's just I spend my money when I need to, and you know, throughout the PS4 generation, I only purchased 5 games full price. Now, because I didn't get into it until 2017 when I got my Pro. So I'm 4 years behind schedule. but I'm catching up, and damn, am I catching up? So,
but you gotta understand, Cyber, why Sony is doing this, bruh. Sony,
why?
Hold up, listen now. Because Sony games is going to PC because in order to make them AAA games, man, it takes money, right? So they got to bring in some revenue from somewhere, and plus, you know, they're trying to get people from PC to go buy consoles. Got me?
So the money they made from all these Sony games and sold millions of copies, where did that money go? I mean, they made millions with Naughty Dog and Insomniac and with God of War. It's just greed, man. I know it's time to say you want to diversify your income and revenue streams, you know. But at the detriment of hurting your fan base, you want to take this chance, go right ahead. We just sit back and watch and wait to give you a massive I told you so's. So that's all we can do, really.
Right. All right, guys. Enzo, do you have anything to say about Sony, bro?
My views are the same as Cyber's. Do you know what I mean? This could, it might lead to day and date. We don't know. People say it won't. But it could. And right now, it's not certain it's gonna fuck Sony over. Nah, not straight away. If it does, it won't be straight away. But has it got potential to cause like damage to the brand? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Sony are known for their top quality like exclusives. You know what I mean? So we'll have to see, man. I'm not for it, but you know, if people think it's alright, then that's cool. Like if you like I say, if people respect my opinion, I respect yours, innit? So we'll have to see which way it goes, man. Do I think it's a good way for him to go? No. But then again, we'll wait and see what happens. So that's how it is, you know.
Right, cool.
It is what it is.
Right, gotcha, man. All right, we're moving on. All right, okay. I keep hearing people say Microsoft on PC. What do you guys think?
PC's an open platform, man.
Yeah, it is open platform. They don't own PC. They can't actually. They can't really own nothing because we don't have to use their stuff, and we don't have to pay for Microsoft stuff. We can pay for other companies their stuff, you know. So they can't. And I know where this comes from, and that was a stupid question on that dude's behalf for talking like that, bro.
Preach, Raph. Preach, Raph. Preach.
That's stupid. I'm like,
preach, Rack.
oh man, dude. Hey, man. I ain't gonna say
Let him
no
have
names, but that was stupid, bro. Like, dude, like, what made you even make that tweet for you to say something stupid like that, bro? Cause man, he got blasted for it. Man, he got blasted on Twitter for saying something stupid. I hope I can find that tweet. Let me find that tweet. Y'all can go ahead though.
Cyber? I think so. Cyber. I think he's having.
I hit the wrong button.
All right.
Well, Microsoft PC, see, they got an operating system that's everywhere, you know, around the world on various computers, the Office and this and that. But that's Microsoft. That's not Xbox division. There's two different apples there. One's underneath the other. One's bringing in positive revenue. The other one is, I don't know if they broke even yet. And it's just that to say that, man, it doesn't make sense. You got different operating systems. You got Apple have theirs, and there's Linux. And there's different operating system programming all over the place. That just they're number one on the planet. Give them credit for that. Shout out to Bill Gates, but they don't own PC because without PC, there's no Microsoft. Am I right?
Right.
If they don't have nowhere to put the operating system on, what good are they? So how can they own PC? We got Steam, all those Steam games are being sold, but see, they see that the big number of PC gamers, that's what lured Microsoft over there partially. I have yet to hear about what's Game Pass been doing from them on the PC end. Has anybody heard anything?
I'm not using Game Pass at the moment. I'm not. But no, I ain't heard anything.
I mean, and they like to throw out big numbers because they figure big numbers work for them, like 12 T-flops. And you see what happened with that. Before they talk about 18 million subscribers. But see, they don't give you the concurrent subscribers. They give you the number that they reached totally. That's come out combining, I guess, the Xbox and then PC. At one point, wasn't Nintendo linked with Xbox Live, something like that? When they did that, Nintendo and Xbox became friends about a year and a half ago. So they don't own PC. PC is just a place where they put their stuff to sell, people buy it, and they make a lot of money. So they do enhance PC, but they don't own it. I'll leave it at that. They enhance PC, they just don't own it.
That's what I say, man. Microsoft don't own shit. Because I play my games for free.
Yep.
And you can't go wrong with free.
So Microsoft owns PC, but you got all these NVIDIA and AMD, all these graphic cards and processors. Only thing they have to do with that is put the operating system that will run in those CPU processors. That's all they do. So no, they're part of the PC. They're all part of it. The PC world. They're going to be part of it from the past, present, and in the future. But no, they don't own PC.
Exactly. Because, man, I keep hearing that shit all the fucking time. Like, bro, look, Microsoft do not own PC. So, yeah. Enzo?
And that's what they do. Go ahead, Enzo.
Well, see, it's simple. PC's an open platform, mate. So it's literally just that simple. It is what it is. Like people saying, "Oh, they own it" and all that. Nah, man, come on. Sort yourselves out. It's an open platform. It's that simple. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And yeah, it's an open platform.
Right.
So yeah, they're just. I don't know, man. These people are reaching. Some of them are just getting very extreme in that with the reaching, man. Just it's an open platform. You do what you want with it. Do you know what I mean? Right. All right.
Yeah. So all you guys voice your opinion. All right. So we're moving on. Where was that? All right. Do games really need ray tracing, or just stick with the normal 4K? Rick?
It's really not. It's really not. It's really not really. I really don't need it because we didn't need it before. It's all about the quality of the game. And how it plays, If the gameplay is what matters. For ray tracing, nah, I'm not really.
So,
they could put it in there, or they could not put it in there. It really don't make a difference. It's all about the gameplay.
But Rick, listen. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like actually, using ray tracing on my PC, bruh. man, your FPS be effed up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It pulls a lot, man. So me personally, bruh, you know, I can do without it. Me personally, you know, to be honest with you, dog, you know, I can do without ray tracing.
Yep.
And who the fuck is this Ray dude anyway? Seems like ever since he showed up, he
Who?
been slowing shit. Ray. Ever since Ray showed up, he been slowing shit down, man. Even on PC, even worse on consoles.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you're right, bruh. I mean, like certain games,
But,
bruh. Look, man, it looks good because I think like whenever it first came out, they showed it on Battlefield 5, right? And I think that was about like what 3 years ago, if I am mistaken. Yeah, it was on Battlefield 5. Then all of a sudden, you know, it just started being on certain games, and you know, especially for you know, PC. You know, if your graphic card could handle it, you know. But like me personally, bro, you know, I don't use no ray tracing. I don't.
well,
Leave
Ray
me.
can
Go
they
ahead.
can go until they can implement it better without drawing so much juice. So as soon as they figure that out on PC, then it should be figured out for console. But you got options. You can turn it on or off. I'm most likely be playing with it off when I get my 5. Uh, you know, if I want extra light, man, just give me a flashlight and shine on the TV. So I'm good there. So
Enzo.
Um, mm, I can do without it. It don't really bother me, but if the option's there, say like for like Miles Morales, we've got the performance mode and we've got the performance ray tracing. So if the option's there, I mean, it's cool, but on console it might affect the performance of that sweet 60. Do you know what I mean? So if we've got the option to turn it off, then yeah,
I'll turn the
all
shit
good,
off.
man, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. But on PC, it might be, you know, it's different story, I think. But for console, I think, yeah, it might impact the performance. But like I said, do what Insomniac do. Give us the option and be on your way, mate. If you want it on, it's there. If you want it off, slap it off, mate. Simple, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's good that the option's there. But like I said, don't force it on us. So let us turn it off at least. Some games could end up running like shit.
Yeah, but if you think about it, Enzo, who got the fucking time, man, to be walking around just looking through windows and water puddles? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
man,
the
that's what I'm saying.
reflections.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if I'm playing the game, bro, in the story, I'm just fucking,
man, exactly.
I'm fucking deep into the game, bro. I ain't worried about the reflection from the water puddles or the glass or, you know, off a car or the fire burning. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, man, I'm just playing the game.
Man, I hear that. Yeah, especially like I say, like we use Miles Morales for instance. You ain't concerned about fucking seeing the reflection. Ain't no one caring.
I ain't worried about that, dog. I'm flying through the city, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I'm flying through the city, bro. I ain't worried about no RTX.
But have it there as an option for the people that say, well, you know, you ain't got ray tracing on it. Well, it's there as an option, isn't it? I ain't going to take much notice of it. I'm going to just enjoy my game, do what I'm doing. And if you want to sit there and look at reflections in puddles and fucking reflections in glass, then you crack on, mate. I'm gonna play the game. Do you know what I'm saying? So if the option's there, it's there. If it's not, then I can do without it. It don't bother me. I don't need it.
So that's what Digital Foundry do. They look for ray tracing and everything, right?
Yep. In every game, it's like, bro, I ain't got time, man, to be walking around the city just looking for shit like that, bro. I'm all into the game, man. I'm in the story. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up, man.
So me personally, man, you know, it's not for me, but it's there. So, you know, so you got options. Either you can put it on or turn it off and just keep it moving. All right. So any other opinions you guys have on this subject while we on it?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah. All right. So, do 4K matter to y'all, or it don't matter, or y'all prefer 1080, 120 hertz?
As long as it ain't a blurry mess, it don't really bother me. Do you know what I mean? As long as I can enjoy the game, I'd prefer my game to be running smoother than look prettier. You know what I mean? So as long as the game's running smooth, I'm good. Whatever. So as long as it ain't as long as it ain't a blurry mess, then that's all good, man. Alright.
Well, like me personally, man, I love my games in 4K, man. I ain't lying to you. Especially, man, if I went out and spent all kind of money on a expensive TV, so of course I want 4K. you know?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I hear that. I understand that. I get that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to get my money's worth, bruh. Especially for the PS5, man. AAA games, 4K 60, certain games. I'm gonna say it again, certain games. Right?
Yeah, it does make a difference because, you know, I know this is probably off topic. When I had a PS3, right, when I was using the components, and, it just shows what it shows, right, like the PS2, like how it was. But when you switch it to the HDMI, it shows the better for what you saw. And so when you switch it back to the components, you see the difference in quality of picture. And so, going back on topic, yeah, it does matter. It does, because I like to see what game takes advantage of the picture, the picture quality. How, SSD. Well, frame rate, yeah. I'd say the frame rate too. I don't really pay attention to the frame rates. I just go in there and play the game. But if I do pay attention to it, I could notice some difference. How good, a game is. The quality of it. But yeah, it's I just say that it's worth having. If you go backwards, you'll see the quality of how the picture looks. It don't look like what it used to. And so we move into an age where quality of picture it's been better and better. You start seeing like for instance, Bridge of Spirits. You notice that picture is on par with a Pixar movie. It's just the technology of it is like it's been better and better as the years go, and so it's like it's worth seeing new things, upgrade. You even got 8K, that's coming around. We saw a glimpse of that at during the Epic showcase of some game or whatever, and you see the textures of it, of a bunch of triangles he was talking about, and it's like, yo, that game is almost as real as what we in movies and stuff. So pictures does make the quality of it even crispier.
Technology, man, enhance every day, bro. It gets better and better and better as times go by, man.
Yep.
It gets better and better as times go by. So everybody had their thoughts on this about 4K. 4K.
I got one more.
Go ahead, Cyber.
Well, in my case, I had a 50-inch plasma, right, prior. And when I got that, I got a TCL 65-inch 4K, all the bells and whistles that came with it. My gosh. First of all, that TV puts off less heat. Cause that plasma warmed up my bedroom. You know, it was hot in there even in the summertime. But 4K TVs, man, the way they make these things, they don't give off as a lot of heat as other TVs have in the past. The picture was amazing. I was just throwing in different games to see how these games look in 4K or 4K upscale if the games didn't come with it already built into it. And I was just blown away by it, man. It's it's a beautiful picture. It's amazing. I got a 65 inch, so my next size, if I get one, have to be bigger than that. So I can't go beneath a 65. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to get another 4K here within about 2 years. By then there'll be even I guess the megahertz will be up to what 120 going forward. They got them out now, but the price tag on those probably come down.
120.
But I want a good one, not a low end one. Because if you got a low end one, you really don't. And how can you gauge what you're getting on a like a $400 or $500 120 megahertz TV versus one that's over $1,000, $2,000? You know, I'm not a TV person to gauge stuff like that. I have to find somebody who's technical savvy to do that.
I'd rather watch
4K,
TV.
Yeah, 4K is a good move. But what's going to happen at the same time? You might have these 4K TVs, but the 4K movie market, physical copies of these movies, that's dying. You know, you see what
Physical
happened with
movies are
Blu-ray.
going away.
Blu-ray
Yeah.
blew up.
It's going away, so now it's all about streaming.
Yeah. So the 4K movie market, as far as the disc itself, it's on the wane. It's on the downside. The same thing with CDs. It's also waning. So it's going to be streaming is just the next step, you know. So we saw the progression, 8-bit, VCR, DVD, Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray, done, streaming. That's the path for that. But
ultra high 4K, my dad.
yeah. But see, you can't have gaming go towards streaming only. So no, I'm not for that at all. That's one thing that PC has that's good. Whereas they might have streaming services over there. They might use xCloud. They might use PS Now or that Luna by Amazon. But PC gamer would download this game and play the game. You playing a downloaded game. Say they want console. It's either the disc you stick in or it's digital download. But as far as streaming the game, you see what happened with Stadia, right?
Yeah, with Stadia.
Yeah. So, game streaming is too soon for it. So they're trying it right now to get their feet wet. There's nothing wrong with that. Just to make sure you are not the guinea pig for it. So I just feel sorry for anybody who got Stadia and all these Stadia individuals who've been hyping up Stadia and defending it like crazy. Well, once they hit Google Graveyard, I want y'all to come to Twitter and say, well, y'all were right. Y'all were right. That's all I want. Next.
Yeah, man, Stadia is out the door, bruh. It's gone. But Nintendo is doing their thing, man. Nintendo doing their thing. But I'm not gonna get all into Nintendo because we're not on that topic right now. But is you guys excited about Microsoft event tomorrow?
Not at all.
What?
I mean,
I'll
that's
look at it,
Is it one of those what do you call those things? Xbox what? Hey, what do you call those things? It's that. But what's the name of the event? Cause they stopped doing them shows, didn't they? Did they stop doing those?
I'm pretty sure the show might be maybe around 15, 20 minute show. I guess, they're going to talk about, Bethesda and the games that's coming, and they might show some trailers and stuff tomorrow, man. I mean, you never know. They might, but I was reading a post that Phil Spencer had said. He said some games going to be the Game Pass and some games going to be on other platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So and people is going bananas over that word some.
Can we tell you what the sum is? That sum is called Elder Scrolls 6. The sum is called Starfield. That's multi-plat. Deathloop, Tokyo Ghostwire. That's time exclusive on PS5. Then it's going to Xbox, Game Pass, and PC. Well, I'll be going PC now at the same time, but who knows? But yeah, that's the plan for those.
Yeah, so hopefully, man, we should find out something tomorrow, man. I mean, like for the show and stuff, and see what's really going on. But but the show might be whack. You just never know, man. It just might be whack,
Phil,
man.
Yeah, Phil painted himself in a corner, man. Yeah, he did that by denouncing exclusives. They don't carry the same weight. This, that. He brought up Breath of the Wild. He brought up Horizon. But now his fan base, who've been clamoring for exclusives on that console for years, you're gonna have to try and figure this out, man. You've been trying to more or less brainwash. I'm gonna say it, and the people have been thinking that exclusives don't matter. Now you want them to matter. Now some of the fans on the console, some are clamoring for them to put all Bethesda games exclusive on the console.
All right,
that's good.
Not to cut you off, Cyber, but hold that thought.
Okay.
Devil Shooter said this show will determine if exclusive are anti-consumer or not.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people who feel that way. Our old friend Paris, all of a sudden exclusives matter now, and Bugs have showed him his tweets from the past calling Sony's gatekeeping games. So would Microsoft be gatekeeping games according to Paris? No, it's okay now. It's okay now.
Yeah, I mean, like certain games, they might show off, and then they might show something about Hellblade tomorrow. I mean, like you never know. Hellblade might come up.
I never played Hellblade before, so I really don't care about that game.
Oh man,
well,
you just know what you're missing with Hellblade, bro.
Oh shoot, I ain't missing. I'm missing nothing.
That was a great game, Ralph, man. I beat it, streamed it, and platinum that bad boy. That thing was fun. Sinuous.
Cyber had to get that in there, platinum did as well.
That was a fun game, though. I enjoyed that game. I don't know what 2's going to bring, what the story's going to be. We don't know. All we just saw was a trailer.
Yep.
No gameplay. No gameplay. This all trailer.
Yeah,
there ain't nothing wrong with a trailer with no gameplay. But sooner or later, show some gameplay. That's how it is. That goes for both Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo. That's all three of them. Just like when they did Metroid, they just showed a symbol on the TV screen. That's it. Nothing else came after that.
What
for
up?
Years.
Wait. A-side, hold that thought. What up?
Okay.
Rome Rush. What's up, my boy? All right, side, go ahead, man. I can tell my homie what's up, bruh.
What's up there, Ralph? How you doing, sir? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Where was I at, man?
Yeah, man. You was talking about Microsoft or something?
Yeah. The AAA games that they want to put out from Bethesda. The question is, AAA games cost money to make, right? So, in order to recoup the most you can on this AAA game, are you going to stick that game in Game Pass, where it reaches capacity, it's still growing, so the revenue from that you get on a monthly, that'll be enough to compensate for what you already put in there, that you're paying for certain devs, indie devs, or AAA games that are older versions, or older models that are in there, and they're in there for either 3, 6, 1 month, or 12-month stint, and then they're out of there. They rotate them out, they rotate them in. So all the ones they rotate in, you got to pay. You got to pay these devs or publishers for these games, man, that you're putting in there. Sony got to do the same thing on PS Now. Pay for those games that are in PS Now. That's one reason why they don't go day and date with theirs, because they want to make top dollar first, throw them in there second, and then put them on PC. But yeah. So, for example, Starfield. They said it might drop later on this year, might be early next year. That's a space RPG that Bethesda been working on for the past several years. A lot of money went into making that game.
That game might sell though.
Huh?
That game gonna sell though. Starfield?
Yeah, but it's not going to sell if it's in Game Pass. It's going to sell if it's on PC, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and the Xbox Series S console.
Well, yeah.
They said that AAA is multi-plat, AA Game Pass.
Yeah, but like once the game release, it's going to Xbox and PC only. But
no, it's not. They're not doing that. But I put money on that. They're not doing that.
But like I said before, if Microsoft looking to make some revenue back, it's best they put it on, especially like that Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6. It's best they put that on all platforms. If I was them.
Yeah, well, they're going to. They want their money back, man. $7.5 billion. The Xbox fan base is not going to help you recoup that.
Nah.
Are they?
Nah.
Can anybody here say they will?
Oh, hell no. Who's saying, bro?
Nah, bro. Like the only make that money back is, is just to put it on other platforms, man.
Right? Just like what? Minecraft, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Minecraft been on all platforms.
Right.
And then Minecraft sold more on PlayStation, bro.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah, and Minecraft VR is on PlayStation and PC.
Right. Hey, Cyber, and I'm glad you mentioned VR because I was listening to someone in the podcast and they were saying VR is trash. I'm like, bro, have you tried VR? Like, seriously?
No, I don't own it yet. I'm looking to get the second version. The VR is not trash, but it is a niche apparatus. You got the HTC Vive, you got what's the other one? Oculus Rift, and you got the PSVR,
Oculus Rift is like
the
for
fact
PC.
that the PSVR outsold the other two. That's on PC.
Yeah, but like, I play VR, multiple times because I own one. I own like the first one, for PlayStation, right? When they first released. And bruh, when I first put that headset on my head, man, I was amazed, bruh. It's different. It's totally different from gaming on platforms, though. It's different. But I wouldn't say the game is trash. I just wish that Sony would come out will make more games for VR, right? But I wouldn't say VR is trash because it's not. Anyone?
I wouldn't say it's trash. Nah. VR is not really for me. It's not really my thing. But a couple of games that I want to try out on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like the Arkham VR, I tried that out. Spider-Man Homecoming thing that they done, the Iron Man. I'd try it out, but VR ain't really my thing. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But I'm not gonna sit here and say, it's trash. Hell no, come on, look.
But one more note on VR. For you Nintendo guys, Virtual Boy is not the first VR, because it's not VR. Let's get that clear. Okay? Just want to let that be known. Virtual Boy is not VR. It's just a virtual goggles you put on, but it's not VR.
Yeah. Well, Cyber something else, bruh.
Somebody trying to create a Virtual Boy as the first VR, and no, it's not.
Yeah, but we have a new game that's coming out, and I think we all done grew up on it, man. Um, yeah, Rome, you're right, man. VR is incredible, bro. You know, because I own, man. I mean, like, I had a good time with VR and stuff like that. But we have a new game that's coming out, and like I said before, Walden grew up on it, and it's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yep.
So y'all guys never played that before,
I'm down for that.
huh?
I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I want that.
Right.
The cop that.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's day one for me. That's day
Nah,
one.
man, I want Battletoads too, man.
Hell no.
I grew up on Ninja Turtles, bro, and I think it was like 2-player game, bro. Hey, look, man, my best character was like Raphael, bro. I ain't gonna lie, boy. Boy, I used to break dudes up, but with Raphael, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We should join up on that game, Rome. On that Ninja Turtles, bruh. We all should join up on that thing.
Yeah, it's coming out, and I think it'll be like 4-player co-op, bro.
Yeah, it
Yep.
is. Yeah, 4-man up on that.
So yeah, so like me personally, bro, I get it because I'm just a fan of Ninja Turtles, bro. Love it, love it.
Yep. Played it since the Sega Genesis. That's when I first played it.
Yeah,
That's some old
Yeah,
school. Them games used to be brutal. Them games used to be brutal. They used to kick my fucking ass, man. I ain't even gonna lie. Them games can be straight out hard, bro. I ain't
Ninja.
even ramping, mate.
Oh yeah, bro. Just like Ninja Turtles, and they had like Double Dragon and all them sorts of games like that. Hey, man.
Yeah, Double Dragon was a killer, but I ain't even gonna lie. God damn. Yeah.
Man, bro. I mean, like coming up, man. I had a blast, man.
I didn't even watch the cartoons. I didn't even own the But I do own a comic book. I do own.
Rome says he's a Ninja Turtle nut.
I feel you on that, bruh.
Like I say, Rome, don't worry about Ninja Turtles, man. Just worry about them Valkyries. Oh yeah, but right, go ahead, bro. Sorry to cut you off, right? But go ahead, bro.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to help Rome out with the armor, because I forgot how I got it. I think it has to unlock, if I believe. But to upgrade that armor, you would have to go to that place where it's poison everywhere. And you got a poison bar, and it goes down. I forgot the name of the place. But, yeah, dude. I was surprised when I saw that today, bro, on Twitter. The Ninja Turtles, like, what? And it's just like, it's the old school version.
That's a must-have, man. That's a must-have, though. No doubt, man. That's a must-have. Yeah, and that's going to be across all platforms, including the Switch. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just waiting on the release date. That's it.
Yeah.
But, for that game, I'm a day one buyer. So hopefully it be pretty long, man. At least 8+ hours. I'm hoping.
Because I think, no, it's the same people who made Street Rage 4. It's the exact same people who made that.
Yeah.
Well, then this should be longer than Battletoads. Then Battletoads is 4 to 3.5 hours.
Yeah, man. Better to us some trash, man.
Trash. Shout out to OBJ.
Right.
Yeah.
Rome said day
I'm
one for
really
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's day one here too. If I can get my PlayStation, that is. So it's gonna be
You will, right? At the end of, you will get your stuff right. Just know that, man. You don't get it, but yeah, guys. Is it anything you guys want to say? Get off your chest.
Yeah. Oh, are they coming with physical version? Man, they didn't talk about it.
I'm not
It
sure,
should be
Rome, if
because
it's the physical or the digital, bruh. I don't know.
I think it is.
Well, I can say this. Those of you who did get a PS5, congrats. And I say take heed and listen to what Mark Cerny said about buying a SSD to expand your memory. Hold off until Sony says what's best to use. He has several people out here in these gaming streets that bought a PS5 and didn't listen, and then went ahead and bought one anyway, off the market, and their systems were getting bricked, and they didn't want to blame Sony for that. But nah, he told you, wait till we do the testing, and we will let you know which ones to use. So if you worry about having that memory, then just wait until Sony lets you know the list of SSDs that you can use for the extra memory for your console. You can avoid that by taking that same money and buying games with it, and just rotate your games in and out. That's it. You know.
I'm glad you said that, Cyber Dragon, because I saw that earlier, man, online about Sony was speaking about the SSDs, bruh. So it's coming, man. It's coming,
Yes.
and I'm so happy because it's like every time I want a game, I have to choose which game to freaking delete in order to add this game in it, right? So,
Right.
I'm glad this is coming, dog. I hope the SSD at least 2 terabytes, bro. I'm hoping at least 2 terabytes SSD.
I mean, 2 terabytes for 200, I can live with that.
Right,
You know. Yeah.
right.
But one
I'll break
terabyte for
break.
200,
No,
nah, can't do
nah,
that. Not doing that.
not because if it's a 1 terabyte, then you might end up with 800 and something left. So nah, man, just give me 2 terabytes, bruh. And I'll be good with that. So anybody got something to say? Get off your chest.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
I'm hating on everybody got a PS5. So I do have a PS5 haters club. Don't care what everybody thinks about. Hating on everybody that has one. Mm-hmm.
Including Rome. You hating on Rome too?
My bar Rome too. Gotta hate on everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I don't like the wires. The wires that could go through the controllers. I don't give a care about that. No, I don't have one, so therefore I'm hating on everybody that has. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
mm-hmm.
What up, sick?
Up there, Sick Humor TV.
Yeah.
Like I said, bro, I'm hating on everybody that has one, bro. I don't have one, so I'm hating. So all jokes aside, though, I'm gonna get one though.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dog. But you guys just stay tuned to the show tomorrow. Microsoft little small event that they got going on. All right, Saber. Anything else, Saber, you got to say, bro?
I said I'm gonna reiterate something. If you're a gamer on PlayStation and it's okay for Sony to put their games on PC, you are just a gamer on PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation gamer, and the other PlayStation gamers out here, who voiced their opinion. Some are irritated. I'm slightly irritated because it took us to put those games on the pedestal of millions of copies sold. The PlayStation fan base, comprised of casual and hardcore. But seems that now that Sony's swinging toward killing the PC, they can't support the brand by getting the console to play the games, but they want to put the games over there that we put on that pedestal. Man, that's a great game. They created the game, we bought it, we played it, we enjoyed it, sold millions of copies. So now they it's like a slap to the face, man, to send our games over there when they can't come to the console to play the games. So just, if you support that, then you're just a gamer on PlayStation. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Enzo?
I'm with you with that. Yeah, I'm with Cyber on that. I think it's a joke, mate. That whole entice people to the platform. Nah, get out of here with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh, they're not gonna wait and that. Yeah, of course they will. I'm saying, of course they'll wait. So I'm with Cyber now. I think, it's not the right direction for Sony to go, and I think, it's gonna damage it in the end. I think that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? People keep telling me, nah, it won't. It's not gonna go day and date and all this. Yeah, it's gonna lead to that eventually. Do you know what I mean? So exclusive
And
matter.
it's already getting close. Horizon, 3.5 years.
Exactly.
Days Gone this spring, 2 years.
Exactly.
So that's a year and a half that's been cut off already. Yeah, boy.
Hey, oh, y'all heard about that patent, right? That Sony is doing, right? With the VR on the VR2. Like, I saw the images yet.
No, I haven't seen any images. Is it going to PC too?
I don't know. But it's like some. I don't know how to call it that, but I'm just gonna see what they're gonna do, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Cyber.
something else I want to say, but I don't remember. But y'all go ahead, bro.
Up there, King Thrash in the chat. How you doing, sir?
What's going on, Thrash?
Yeah, he's in the chat there.
Right.
He's the guy that he reported the report cards on everybody. Excellent reporting, man. Yeah. He destroys Lois Lane as a reporter, man. You know.
What you think about people pulling trophies out?
Well, y'all know I'm a trophy hunter, you know, because my personal goal. This is me. I'm an old gamer, man. I'm 56, and like before I check out, I want to reach 999. Right? It's gonna take me 5 to 6 years to get there. Because it will take the rest of my PS3 backlog, PS4, and some of the PS5 for me to get there. But everybody plays their games differently. There are those who will run through a game and they're done. They move on. You know, they might hit some trophies or achievements if you're on Xbox. They might not. You know, so what matters to that gamer is the enjoyment they got from the game. You know, now those who trophy hunt, I notice a trend. A lot of trophy hunters, they played a lot of RPGs back in the day, so they're used to that grind. They're used to that being a completionist on certain games. So that carried over with them, you know, on gaming. You know, I think on Xbox side, who we got? We got Ronald Thor, who's up there in the millions. You know, and that's just part of that. I noticed a trend that a lot of trophy hunters play RPGs as well. Now, you beat a game, you're fine, good, move on. But I'm the type, I like to get my money's worth, whether the game costs me $1 or whether it costs me $70. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of the game. You know, there's some games, I'm not too much big on multiplayer, for example. So some games where the multiplayer is tied to the platinum, I try to knock out that first and then just enjoy the rest of the game and play. But you know, not every platinum feels good. You know, not all of them feel great. But it's each gamer, whether you're on Xbox, whether you're on PlayStation, play the games the way you want to play them because you bought the game. You know, you pay for that game, so you play the game however you want to play. So nobody can judge you whatsoever on how you play your game, whether you get trophies or not, or achievements or not. You know, so anybody come after you about your stuff, well, just let them know. I bought the game, you didn't. Fuck you, and just leave it at that. You know. So yeah, that's all I got to say on trophies, man. But if anybody needs defense from me, I got your back, man. I got you. So.
What you think, Enzo?
Say that again, mate. What's that?
Oh, what you think about the report cards are being pulled on a lot of people, and you know, some are being exposed without playing their games or playing their games.
Boy, do you know what? If you're gonna sit there and fucking talk about it, do it, innit? Practice what you preach, mate. You're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Xbox is the best," but all this shit, just do it, man. Right? Yeah. Don't make yourself look like a fucking idiot. So, yeah, fascist videos and that, exposing them and that. So, yeah, classic, mate. Absolute classic. So, yeah. Mate, it's all, yeah. Practice what you preach, play your games, mate. And clearly some of you haven't been. You know what I'm saying, so. Don't be jumping out on Twitter claiming this, that. Yeah, exactly. Don't be jumping on the Twitter saying this, that, and the other when you ain't doing what you're saying you're doing, bro. Simple as that. Like, either.
Yeah, but because people pulling trophies these days, report cards. Oh yeah, but people.
And something I did not expect to happen that did happen last year when the PS5. Sony went through all PlayStation gamers' file. Each of us have a game file with Sony, and through that file, several gamers received an email to buy a PS5 through them. All that was based on how much you spent with their store and your trophy level. So that's a factor. You might think it's not, but I did get an email. So I'll leave it at that.
You put some cheat code for that, bro.
No.
When it is, you read about what you say you're about, And a lot of people say they just say that, but they don't really play none of those stuff. It says 0%. You didn't play nothing. You just put the game in and take it out. You can't claim that you played something which you didn't. So I think, trophies and achievements are there to expose some people, really there, to earn a lot of credits, for what you're doing. And it's just there to show, bro. Really. But it also gets them whoever they talking about, or they talk about other people, or they talk about themselves. It's gonna show the false, the lies, the fake gamers, like this generation has pulled off, bruh. And you can't see that on the PS1, the PS2, Xbox, and Nintendo. You can't see that during those times. But when Xbox introduced achievements, and then Sony came with the trophies, well, you starting to see who really plays games and don't. But it's just cool, man. It's good to.
And one more thing, all of us currently on this podcast, each of us, all four of us, we've played and platinum Ghost of Tsushima, haven't we? Yeah.
Yep.
The other thing about trophies that people don't realize the benefit is there are those who will play a game, run through it, beat it, get what trophies or achievements they can, and then they want to cry for DLC or more content. Well, you got content already in the game. Just get the rest of the achievements, get the rest of the trophies, get the platinum. You got more content there. So how are you going to ask for more content when you didn't finish the content that you got? I mean, come on. I see that all the time. Most want DLC. We're just going to get DLC. But did you get the platinum? Or did you get the 1,000 gamer score? No. Well, so we go get that first, Then you can ask for more, All games got more in them. More content is there. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to play it or not. If you don't want to play it, don't ask for more. Finish what you got before you ask for more. That's all I'm saying is that. Just finish what you got. If you want more, finish what you got. I do see that a lot off and on Twitter, YouTube. Most want more content for a particular game. Yet I check and see they beat the game, but they didn't do nothing else. But they want more content. I mean, they always put these stuff in the game for a reason, for you to enjoy, for you to explore. In some games, people don't like to explore, so that's another issue. that's another podcast. So I'll leave that alone.
Bring it outside. Get it off your chest, brother.
Well, it's no fault of a lot of gamers, but some gamers will find a linear path through a game, and sometimes they'll hit a wall. because they refuse to do the exploration, do the side stuff, do the side missions to level up your character. These things are put in the game for you to get your character strong, to beat the game. And then once you beat the game, there's individuals out here who do this. They will handicap their character even more on purpose just to run through the game for that difficulty that they want to feel. And in that case, we got Souls games for that. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Demon Souls, and Bloodborne, and Sekiro. And but people do that. So play the game. If you want more content, fully finish the game. Do the side stuff. It's there to help you. Can't complain about it if you don't go do it. And don't play a game like a reviewer. The reviewers, most of them do this. There's no knock against them. They got to get that review out. So they'll put the game on easy. There's nothing wrong with that. I play some games on easy. And they get through the game, taking bullet notes on this, and that, on the graphics, the gameplay, this and that. They do some of the side stuff, and not all. They get to the end, and they're done. They pop that review out. But the problem is some of these reviews, you can tell they didn't really play the game. They took the most linear path through the game. Some games are linear. It's easy to do. Doom's linear. The Doom Eternal is linear.
I don't like Doom at all.
Horizon's open world. Huh? Go ahead.
I'm not a fan of Doom Eternal at all, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. I was pointing out the ones that are linear that people can just run through without worrying about doing so much extra stuff. Control has a linear path. You can go straight to Control and miss 4 bosses you'll never see. But if you want those bosses, you got to go after them, though. So, that's just that. That's how that one is. And there's also abilities in Control. If you run through the game, you can miss 2 abilities that you can use that'll help you out. But since you took the linear path, you missed those abilities, and some of those abilities are needed to help you with Foundation and AWE. So, all that's a factor. It's all up to the gamer. Everybody games differently. Everybody plays their games differently. But you can't complain if you don't really play a game. I'll leave it at that.
A lot of people don't play their games, but I ain't gonna say no name, but it's a lot of people, bro.
I'm one of them. I haven't played my games in so long, man. But I still got my trophies to back up what I played though.
There you go. That's receipts.
I got 40 trophies. I got 40 platinum. My rank is 393.
The trophies are receipts and timestamps. They tell you the exact date and time when that trophy popped. But something that Microsoft has that I wish Sony would get: tracking. You can be able to track a particular trophy in a particular game that you see what else you have left to do. You might need 30 kills with an assault rifle. You're sitting at 25. But you don't know because on PlayStation it's not counted. But on Xbox, it's tracked as far as achievement. So that's something I wish that Sony would adopt. I probably would do that for the PS5, but it might be coming, it might not be. We'll see.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come, I got pen and paper, so that still works.
Damn, but people still talking about Cyberpunk, huh?
Man, that game is dead, bro.
I don't even know, man, if the game is fixed, bro. Tell you the truth, dog, because
I don't even.
I paid like $60 for the game, bro, and I played the bitch like a couple times, and I just put it down. So, I'm not sure if the game is fixed or not, bro.
Yeah. Well, I did see a Twitter article, somebody posted about Cyberpunk. Just by thinking about it, going back, somebody posted this. if the bug's fixed or not. I really don't know. I really don't know if it's fixed. But the score that I had on of that game, it's probably gonna be changed. It's probably gonna be changed when I get back into it. But we'll see, man. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Well, it is now 2021, so I'll pick it up in 2077 and play it then.
Do you know how long that game will be gone, bro? It's just like that game will be like not even existing, bro.
I think you're still working on a patch, man, for that shit.
Neither will I, man.
Yeah, but it's still working on the goddamn patch, bro.
Be like, damn, Cyber's not here, man. It's 2077. He's gonna buy that game this year.
So let's talk about this Avengers, right?
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I bought the game for $80. You know, I'm kind of regretting buying the game.
Wow.
You know, I used to like just go into the game and just play the hell out of it, right? But like once I put that game down and we're gonna play another game and play other game, when I get back into the game, I play a little bit of it, like maybe about 10 minutes of it, and I quit. You know, and it's like when I try to go back to the game, it feels like I don't want to play this game because like it feels like it's overwhelming for some reason, and so like I'm hesitating of finishing that game, and so throughout as months go by, you know, you see that a lot of people are complaining that it was too grindy and stuff. I see what it's saying, but I don't mind the grind. I really don't mind the grind, but for what they said now about it, that they're lowering the EXP, it's gonna get even grindier than before. So it's like, what's the point of us playing the game if you're gonna set it to a time where it's gonna be grindier? That don't make sense. And so I'm kind of like really distant from that game. I'm very distant from it, and it's like, bro, Square Enix is making it to where I'm not gonna go back to that game, bro. It's just foolishness, man. It's like, why make the game even grindier than before? I'm like, and I liked it the first time I played it. I loved it. I enjoyed the gameplay, but the more you start to see, it's like, no, I couldn't finish it. I couldn't even finish it, bro. And so, yeah, man, they need some they need to stop doing that, bro. Because they losing fan base. They continue to lose all their fan base, bro.
Man, they been lost all their fan base, bro. They been lost them all.
Yeah.
So the key thing on that is the fan base said something. You know, they spoke up. You know, they didn't settle, man. And to put that grind in like they did is kind of similar to what Ubisoft did with Assassin's Creed Odyssey with that $10 double experience point booster you can buy to permanently boost your character. You can finish the game a little faster than before. But the fan base spoke up, so we'll see what happens. I mean, did they retract what they're going to do, or is it still in place?
They're still in place. They didn't retract anything. They just made the fans even angrier.
And they had some kind of weird excuse, but they did that to do some kind of enhancement to the game for what they're putting in there. And oh man,
it's just that game is dead, bro. The number of people still playing that game is very, very small, bro. It's very small. Whew, man. I don't know why Square Enix get doing what they doing with that game, bro.
Yeah, but is it some kind of studio Sony was trying to buy or something?
No. Uh-uh.
I heard rumors of that because what points toward that is the fact that they put Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS Plus so soon. I did not expect that to happen that
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, so fast. I'm like, oh shoot.
But that's what I heard though.
Man. But you know what's so crazy about it? They made so much money back from that game. You know, that game alone oversold Spider-Man and God of War. They sold over enough. You know, for a time exclusive game, it made that much money back. And so, you know, them doing a whole lot, you know, that game is successful. I love that game. I love it, dog. And I can't wait for the second disc, bruh. It's gonna be worth the wait, man. It's gonna be really worth all the wait that they put into the game, bruh. And I can't wait to get my hands on the PS5 so I can try out their DLC. I don't know if that DLC or just it's part of the story. It's like that with Yuffie.
Yeah.
Now go ahead.
Cyber?
Well, since Ralph Sales a time exclusive, I did hear it was a time exclusive, and
Yeah.
so it's like it's okay for a third party to do a time exclusive deal on a console or platform and then put it everywhere. So, can we consider going forward all PlayStation exclusives to be time exclusives for PC?
Hmm.
Is that safe to say or assume or see what happens?
It is going to PC. It is going to PC, but they didn't say nothing about Xbox. They didn't say nothing about Xbox. So it's going to PC definitely. It's just that Xbox players don't know. Well, for Xbox, they don't have a set date, which is supposed to be what this month, right? Almost a year, right?
Yeah, it's almost a year.
I think. Yeah. So and there's no word for Xbox. Ooh, I don't know.
What up, E?
So then,
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16, is that scheduled to be exclusive or time exclusive on PlayStation?
Exclusive. Gonna be exclusive.
So that also points towards Sony picking up Square as well.
Hmm.
It's not guaranteed. It's not etched in stone. It's just rumored, conjecture, theories. You know.
Yeah.
But it makes sense though. I mean, if you look at it that way,
does make sense. You're right.
it makes
You're right,
sense.
Cliff.
They do. We're just gonna see, bro. I'm not sure, but it does seems a lot. But they did say that Sony said something about they're gonna anger a lot of fans. You know, a lot of people will be angry for what they did because there's a lot of stuff that Sony has not shown of what they did. Right? We already saw Final Fantasy 16 being exclusive. So what else that's going to piss people off even more? You know, that's because Spider-Man was already pissing a lot of people off. So you say that, but there's more to come though. There's more that Sony is doing. They just doing a whole lot, dog. I just feel like they're doing a whole lot of stuff, and we just gotta see. You know, this year's not over with. You know, we just gotta see throughout this year of what's really going on. So I'm done.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so what's happening, y'all? First of all,
What's going on, your Nate?
ain't nothing, man.
Welcome
Ain't
to the
nothing.
welcome in, Nate. Welcome.
I appreciate it, man. So, like I said, man, it's a lot of confusion going on right now, in these gaming streets. You know, it's a lot of people talking back and forth on Twitter, not really understanding what's going on. And it's a lot of new fans, quotation marks, uh, of these Bethesda games that they never played. I don't know how you could be a fan of something you never played, but I don't know. It's new things every day. But as an actual fan of Bethesda, you know what I'm saying? The actual developer, because these things keep getting confusing. And I honestly get why people get confused because I don't know why they named a publisher the same thing as one of the developers underneath the publisher, and they're not interchangeable. So I keep seeing that confusion. Number one, so talking about the deal as in ZeniMax, the entire deal. Um, Honestly, some people are rating some of these games a little. They rating this company a little higher. As some of the things that they did over the years, they did all right. Um, some of the games had decent critical acclaim. You've got a lot underneath that team. You've got whether you loved them or not, because personally, most of them didn't do all that well. Um, but you got the Evil Within. That was cool. That team did a really good job, and that's saying a lot for me because I don't really like horror games, and they were great. So you definitely had that. Then they came out with part two of that, and it was even better. So that team has progressed, definitely as they should. Your sequel should be better. You should progress. Um, Beyond that, you had you've got Machine Games who did Wolfenstein, and one and two were really great. And then you had them, I guess, kind of bring on like a new team, allegedly, and that's who was responsible for New Blood. And that was a miss. It was a big miss by fans and new people alike. It was a miss. Um, then you've got the guys for, I think was it the guys that did the stealth game? Slipping my mind right now. I already own it, but
No, Hitman.
nah, that's under Square Enix.
Splinter Cell.
Nah, not that. I'm trying to remember. I had it in front of me.
I can't think what we're talking about. I know Dishonored is one.
Well, while I'm trying to pull it up, we'll move over to id Software, who's responsible for Rage and Doom. So Rage 1 was cool. They came out with something called like big map technology or whatever. It was dope. They did some really cool thing, basically where the entire world was one texture map or something crazy like that. Like it was crazy. Id Software is legendary. Like, don't even get me wrong. Like, you're talking about they were making games when we was all babies. And we ain't, most of us in here ain't that like super young, so we all been it. Most of us have been in it since at least Nintendo. So they're legendary in that regard. I don't think either and any of us in here in particular are over the moon with Doom, but I give credit where credit was due. It was well received.
Yeah, it was well received. It was well received. I never played it.
Yeah, I mean, I played it. I mean, I had Slim take a look at it. I've been trying. I told somebody earlier. I've been trying to complete Doom 2016 since.
I ain't like it at all, man. Wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. Everything was. I don't know. I don't see what people thought was so great about it. Maybe they never got lost. The corridors, the way it was laid out, there's a lot I didn't like. Then you got, the new one, Doom Eternal, which looks better. I mean, it looks great. Again, I still haven't really been able to get into it, but that's understandable. I'm an RPG fan first. I'll admit that. But again, it was well received. I think people are overestimating the sales ability of that game. I don't think it's not selling through the roof. I mean, they're making the money back. Exactly, Rome. So it's a bunch of us out here that definitely don't feel the way the Zeitgeist, or whatever, the hype of the time that everybody claimed it was so great. Plenty of us out here don't feel that way. And then, like I said, Dishonored. That's what I was thinking about earlier. So you got the people with Dishonored, and again, like the game again. I don't know which ones of you in here played it. I played 1 and 2. Personally, I wasn't a big fan because one of the big aspects of the game was the freedom of choice. And I felt like that choice was kind of taken away from you by the consequence of killing people being so heavy in those games. So that was a big factor for me. Like you had rats in the city and plague throughout, and it like the whole world was bad. And I was like, well, I felt like that wasn't really a choice, you know. So it's like if you really wanted the world to be, you know, in a normal state, you basically had to just knock people out. And I was like, well, that ain't much choice to me. But some people really do like it. I know Jack Move mentions it all the time, which was funny because he didn't even know that Bethesda, the publisher, was part of that group when the purchase was announced. So this is what I was saying. By a lot of people in the community don't actually know the history or the industry or how everything links together just because they've been in it. And this is something that I have always been a fan of. So I always keep up with stuff like that. Um, and then lastly, the biggest one, the main factor in the ZeniMax purchase, because it would honestly be nothing. It wouldn't even be noteworthy without them. Bethesda Softworks, the actual developer. Um,
Yep.
and they got a long history. It's real long. And a lot of people that claim to be fans of stuff don't even know how long the history is. So they have a complex history in regards to the fact that you got a lot of fans of Fallout 1 and 2, which is like a top-down tactical. Um, it's a tactical game, so it's more think more like Wasteland 3 is kind of nowadays. So they're never going back to that. It's not going to happen. So those fans might as well give that up. Um, then you have the Elder Scrolls, which, like I said, it really didn't start popping off until Morrowind. Um, so you had Morrowind, and then you had Oblivion. Then you got those two fans. Again, you might get a remaster out of that or something, but honestly, I think it's just a waste of time. Like they had their time, people played it. What'd you say?
I hated Oblivion.
Yeah, personally, I hated it. I thought it was the ugliest thing I had ever seen. I had actually helped a friend build a computer to play it, and he played it to death. And I was like, I can't play that. It's ugly. Like it looks uglier than anything else I'm playing right now. And that was on PC, maxed out settings with mods. And eventually came 2011. Well, prior to that,
Hey,
we won't
Rag,
skip
mute your
ahead.
excuse me, E. Hey, Rag, mute your thing, cause I hear echoing, bro.
Still echoing?
Yeah, just mute it while E doing this thing.
But yeah, anyway, so you had Fallout 3, which was huge. It was big for a lot of people. It was my introduction to the series, and I loved it. Funny enough, originally I didn't. Um, I always and my girlfriend had the same experience, and she wasn't my girlfriend at the time, but I asked her about it after I found out what kind of made me get into the series. And what happened was when you first walk out of the vault, and this is you find out now this is like an iconic thing. When you walk out the vault for the first time and you see the world and it's huge, it's massive. And I was like, well, what the heck am I supposed to do? And I turned it off. And we always laugh back at that because she said she did the same thing. And after I had went back and figured out where to go to start, I loved it. And the exploration and all the things you could do in the world and the things that you would do that would affect the world. It was something that felt like you had a lot of true choice, and a lot of your choices have permanent consequences. And a lot of developers nowadays talk about that, but in reality, gamers see real fast. Um, you know, when that they give you that facade, but you see how shallow it is. You're like, well, I didn't really affect the world. You know, Tim, the NPC over there, he's still fine, even though I nuked the place 10 minutes. Nah, some of these places when you had actions, they were gone. That was it. Your whole gameplay was different because you did this or you did that. So that's where a lot of that came in, and a lot of people are really big fans of that. So I know a lot of people saying like the deal doesn't matter. This is where the deal matters. A lot of people became big Bethesda Softworks fans at that time, including myself. Eventually, you had New Vegas, which everybody really seems to like go crazy over. I mean, I still really loved it. It was great. Um, I don't know like the really bad appeal of the following after New Vegas, but New Vegas was good. I had a lot of fun with that as well. And like I said, this just brought on more critical acclaim, but that was done by Obsidian, and this is why that acquisition was so big. So this is why where these acquisitions get a little crazy because the two teams responsible for making games like that, Microsoft now owns, and that is big. I will never understate that. Those two teams are highly talented and great at what they do. Evidenced by the Outer Worlds the game was a lot of fun. Um, but you had later on after that you had Skyrim, which obviously we all know all the running jokes at this point. You have Skyrim, which they joked would eventually run on your Samsung refrigerator, and it probably will at some point if it doesn't already. Blew up, it went everywhere. People were talking about an arrow to the knee. Um, so that was really big. That was a phenomenon. You're talking about something in 2011 still being talked about in 2021. It's dated. I enjoyed it to death. I probably got 2,500 hours. Skyrim. I owned it on PS3, PS4, and PC. So, I mean, standards of a lot of people that I know that really enjoy it now, but that ship kind of sailed, and it's on to the next thing. So the next thing, of course, is Starfield, which we don't know anything about. So, a lot of people celebrating real early, like Xbox fans, realistically, and just that's just kind of stem the confusion, give people history on why is it realistically. All I had to say, man,
That was
misinformation.
fantastic, man. You gave me some good history on that. Oh man, thank you, sir.
Nah,
Did
man,
you
it's
hear me?
just like I
Oh,
said, it's a
okay.
lot of misinformation. Like I said, man, if it brings in new fans, I'm all for it. I think they're great games. Like I said, a lot of what they do is, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. As a fan, it's my responsibility to get on them when they do mess up. Whether it's
Thank you.
PlayStation or Xbox or whoever. So that's what I'm about. And people always say, we not about that. Nah, I'm on I'm on PlayStation day one, especially because I'm such a big fan of them. And they were such a big part of my childhood. You know what I'm saying? When I first got it, I explained, even talking to my girlfriend, we often talk about like place. We felt like when PlayStation came about, gaming really began for us. Like we were there for Nintendo. I even had a Turbo Graphics. A lot of people nowadays probably didn't even know what that was. Super Nintendo, Sega, all those were really great. But like when I really got into my mode and I discovered Japanese RPGs on the PlayStation One,
Yes.
yeah, like
Yes.
that's when like I was like, oh, this is it. Life changed. This is it. This been here the whole time. So yeah, like your reaction just now, I know you know. And this is where I always explain to people sometimes, like I love to know where people started or where they come from because it's such an important part of the conversation. If I know you were there at that time, you have a different understanding, about what came before, versus retro gaming. People, you could take your kids and show them what used to be, and some of them might gravitate to it, and some of them might like it. here and there, and that's cool. But they weren't there though. Like when you were like when it was me and the homies at the house, and I got I don't even people don't even, probably even remember some of this. They always had these little RC games that would come out, and back on the PS1, if you wanted to play more than two players, you needed the multi tap.
Yep.
And we had four or five players going. It was crazy. RC tracks, like those are things you had to be there for. When Jet Moto first came out, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I played that. Yep.
Like that. This is what I'm talking about. This is where the history is important and the understanding. We can never lose that. You know what I mean? As big as the
Yep.
industry is, I always tell people, yo, never forget that we started this. When everybody was thinking it was a nerd thing, or it wasn't this or that, or it wasn't big. You never gonna be as big as movies. Kids play video games. All the stigma that came with it.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, nah, forget all that. I'm me. I do this. You know, and I was big on all that stuff through high school. I would tell people, like, some of my friends even now, they're like, yeah, none of my coworkers at work know I game. I was like, bro, everybody at work know I game. I game harder than everybody, and they know that.
That's good.
I'm proud of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we talk about going to the gym. Like, people act like you could be only one thing. And like, nah, I'm learning how to, approach my fitness and, eat the right meals and do all these things. But gaming is a big part of it. And I'm a legend in these streets. You know what I'm saying? My resume
There you
long.
go. That's nice. Good.
So I like to share that, and I like to share that with other people, and I invite new people. Like, people call it the gatekeeping got popular these days. That word. Ever since the anime thing blew up, and then all that stuff on Twitter. And I was like, nah, man, people not gate. It's not gatekeeping. Like, but you got to understand what came before you. You know what I'm saying? So you can understand where we going. Because it's a lot of people that want to chime in that's new, and they're like, oh, I want this or I want that, and it's like, yeah, but like, if you know the history, like, you really don't want this to happen because this correlates to this. Like, we got proof. We're not
There
out
was
here
an individual
guessing.
on Twitter who was preaching gatekeeping by Sony. Now he's flip flopped.
Oh, yeah. And I know who you're talking about. I ain't even gonna name
Yeah.
him. But we know.
know.
So, but that's a prime example of some of the silliness that we see out here. You know what I'm saying? And even some of the people I vibe with, that's their man. You know what I'm saying? So they back them no matter what. Me personally, if we cool, I'm gonna make sure that you come correct no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So, I always tell people those are the best friends. Don't let your friends slip. You know what I'm saying? If your friends slip, help them up. You know what I'm saying? Get them right. You know what I'm saying? You need a new pair of shoes, so you get some traction. Get a new pair of shoes. But but yeah, like I said, like, a lot of that stuff is either misinformation or people out here saying one thing and flip flopping. You know what I'm saying? That's not good either. Because then it's causing mixed messages, and stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
people saying that we're bad because this and that. And I tell people, I have my understanding is so deep in the development of things that I see a lot of the benefit. Like, people go, well, exclusives don't have a benefit and this and that. And I'm like, no, but they do. The reason you want that game, and I know because I watch these documentaries, and I seen, like, a lot of the tech, right? That's in now. Horizon eventually came to PC. That was a whole ordeal, by the way, and a lot of that came through the fact that the engine was given to Hideo Kojima's team, and in their thing, they were actually announcing the PC version hand in hand. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people thought it was a surprise. It wasn't a surprise.
Yeah, he said that years ago that it's
Yeah,
coming to
he
PC
said-
too.
Exactly. But you see, that's misinformation that was being given out there where people were saying, oh, PlayStation losing an exclusive. No, it was never exclusive.
Never was. Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of the groundwork for Horizon being put over, it made sense because a lot of the groundwork to move something to PC using that engine was already done. So that totally made sense. Why not capitalize? I get it. Personal, you know what I'm saying? If because we don't know if the money is being reinfused back into those teams to make bigger and better games and give these people the money they deserve, I am all for that. You know what I mean?
But what money when you only sold us 1 million copies?
Well, but that's what I'm
Oh.
saying. Like people were, you know, talking about it like, like there's so much money on the table, and I was like, I don't know, that's here nor there. But I was like, as long as they're using it for the right purposes and it's going there, I'm good with that. But PlayStation definitely needs to maintain a certain air of exclusivity because not it strengthens the brand and gives
Yeah.
people a reason. And I'm gonna tell you it does because I know it does because I've seen it personally. I got friends right now. My friends I have a unique set of friends, right? I've gamed with people for about the last 10 years. Some of these people I gamed since middle school. We've always played PC and we've always played PlayStation. We've always played both. We got Game Boys and we had all that. We basically had everything. So I have seen these guys always love PC first. Yet I was the one that always had the console, and eventually they always got it because there was something on those platforms they wanted to play. They had to get it. And I'm like, that's the strength in your brand. But not only that, is it for us, there's a lot of techniques and things that people don't know that were developed. And I'll get you guys a link to this at some point. That were developed for like Horizon Zero Dawn, where they talk about how they developed what you see on screen and how everything is actually rendered around you and then de-rendered when you're not looking at it.
Yep. And you rotate that camera. Yep.
Exactly. When they rotate the camera. See, this is what I'm talking about. And people go, why is that important? I'm like, it's very important because that tech was invented specifically because they were working on a single platform, the PlayStation. They had one goal. And I tell people go, oh, well, what's the big deal in multi-platform development? I'm like, do y'all know that GTA 5, as much as it's a running joke at this point that they selling it on everything, GTA 5 was delayed a year because they had a 6-month problem on the 360, and right as they fixed that problem, they had a 6-month delay due to the PlayStation. So there was an entire year delay.
Yeah.
Now imagine the next God of War is being simultaneously developed, and you can't tell me that inviting more platforms into that doesn't, precipitate more problems. It does. And it's not just a console thing. A lot of people go, oh, console gamers just scared or this and that. No, the developer of one of my favorite games of all time, Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2, they are a PC developer first. They eventually brought their games to console, which is awesome because I know a lot of people that actually play them. I even know, I think he goes by Lionel Bolgan or something like that. He's usually on.
Oh
Lucas
yeah,
I see Lionel. Yeah,
y'all know him. So when the PlayStation Roundup came out, that was his number one game. So I was like, that's dope, because I love that game on PC. And to see that somebody played that eventually getting there. But the reason that game is what it is because they focused on PC first and got the game out there. And then I think about a year later, they came out with the console port, to increase exposure, revenue and whatnot. And then they updated whatever updates they came out with. They came out for PC as well for free. So it's not that you can't share. It's not that these things can't be done. But PC isn't first party. PC is not a platform holder. Like it doesn't. No one holds the platform of PC. PC is an open market.
Can you repeat that? Because some of these my Xbox guys don't understand that. Can you just repeat that one more time?
Yeah, PC is an open market. It is. No one owns it.
Mm-hmm.
My PC is not an Xbox.
There we go. See.
Hey, what's going on, Enzo?
What's going on, my buddy? You good, yeah?
yeah, good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. It's playing my games and that, keeping my head down, watching the bullshit that's going on Twitter. I see you going with someone the other day, I think, about graphics cards. Now I can't remember who it was with. I see you explaining. I see you explaining some bullshit to someone. Obviously, yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm always there to enlighten people.
Yeah,
I've been telling people, man, I've been PC gaming for over 20 years. You know what I mean? I've been PlayStation and Nintendo. I had it all, man. and I'm grateful.
That's what I'm saying. We had a
it.
conversation before on the PSN, didn't we? We had a conversation about like the power of exclusives and that, and what they represent for consoles and that. So you having all that
Exactly.
experience in PC, you can see it. So these other brothers need to open their eyes and see it as well, because to me, and like I've said to Cyber and that, a console's identity is the exclusives that it brings. I think once they lose that, what are they really going to stand for? Okay, they're cheap and they're easy. You plug it in, boom, you're on your way. But PC gaming ain't overly complicated no more. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to have something to offer. You've got to give someone something, offer them something, give them a reason to be on your fucking platform. I'm saying, how come? We spoke about it before on the PSN, right? The Switch came out, curb stomped the Xbox One, mate. You can't deny that. Why? Because it had first-party exclusives that people wanted to play. All right, you people might find them trash. Fine, but enough people bought the system and they bought the fucking games to go with it. Do you know what I'm saying? So exclusives do give console power and identity, I think. And PlayStation start going down this route, they're going to lose their identity at the same time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
I agree. They definitely got to be careful. They can't they can't take that route with every game. I believe a case by case basis may fit them, but I definitely think they'd be a fool to give up everything that makes PlayStation. They would be an absolute fool. And I don't think they're gonna do that. But it's some different people in charge right now, and we don't know what they're gonna do.
Rex said that earlier. Rex said exactly the same thing. It's the way it's being westernized, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I honestly I hope they don't lose it. It's part of what you said, westernization, or what I refer to normally. Something that's westernized is honestly globalization, because the world mimics a lot of what happens in America, because Americans are the loudest. I'll be honest. As an American, Americans are definitely the loudest. We yell the loudest on everything, and we often don't speak other languages, but in every other country they learn English. So
me hablo español.
You know what? Us English are the same as well, mate. So
I speak English and Spanish.
Definitely, man. But it's like I said, man. There's a lot of things that globalization can infect and can ruin. And it's something I came about, and I said the other day to somebody, I was like, and this came up with the anime gatekeeping thing. And somebody said, well, it's important to gatekeep in a specific manner, because nowadays you got a lot of people with entitlement who get introduced to these things and they go, well, how come this and how come that? Why isn't this like this and why isn't this like that? And it's like, well, look, I mean, it just might not be for you. Like, you can't just walk in, be the new person on the block and start demanding changes. But people do that. And people think it's a joke and people think it's funny until, well, we gotta, somebody said, who's doing that? Somebody said, no one does that. And I go, okay, ask comic book fans about that. Because they in a whole battle for that right now. I was like, I seen a chubby little version of I forget her name, but the cat, basically Catwoman and Spider-Man. I forgot her name.
Black Cat.
Black Cat. There you go.
Yeah.
So, like,
Felicia.
Yeah, Felicia. I thought she was dope when I was young. I still think she was dope. Like, I didn't think like anything over sexualized. I knew she was pretty, you know what I'm saying, and all this stuff. But nowadays people are fighting against this, because now I seen like a version where they basically made her chubby and gave her short hair, basically made her as ugly as possible. Is what they did.
Damn.
Do you know what? Saying that, they done the same thing to Catwoman in what Batman animated movie was it? The Dark Knight Returns.
Mm-hmm.
They made her all chubby in that as well. In that movie, you think, what the fuck is going on there? I seen the car was all fat and overweight and that. You think, bro,
so it actually came under
Silver
such scrutiny. Well, they changed it. They actually changed it because it was so bad, and people were like, "What is this?" Like. Like it was weird. Like it was like, what? That's not even the character anymore. Like it looks like somebody cosplaying that can't fit in the suit. That's what it looked like. but their thing was to make it less sexualized. And I'm like, bro, there are women out here in all shapes and sizes. I'm like, so you thick shaming now? You fit shaming now? You like women don't exist that have all different types of proportions, you know? And like I said, like the excuse to say it's not sexualized, I was like, bro, she is wearing a skin tight outfit. If you walk out the house and decide to wear a skin tight outfit, I hope you got the confidence to wear it for a reason. Like, don't even get me started on the fact that leggings became like the number one worn thing on the planet, probably at this point. Because everybody, let's be real, they just tights. That's what they are. But my bad. My girlfriend was asking me what the podcast was. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, man, it's a lot of changes and stuff like that that can happen. Like I said, whether it be for PlayStation, whether it be for anime, whether it be for your favorite books. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. You know, to be honest, everybody in here knows how hard it is to make a game. You know, it's tremendously hard.
It's hard.
It is.
It ain't no joke. We're talking
And if
vertices.
you don't know how hard, pick up Dreams and make a game in Dreams.
Exactly.
You'll learn.
Exactly. And it's like, and that's the simplest way possible. Some of the best tools on the planet to help you do that, and it's still hard. You know, it's a struggle out here.
Yeah, sure is.
And yeah, it's so hard, and you know, it hurt me honestly recently because I was looking forward to the Hogwarts game. Yeah, I'm not even really that big of a Harry Potter fan. You know, I've seen him like everybody else. I think I probably watched the movies 3 times or something, and I read the books early on. I think they came out when I was in late middle school or something. And I read them, and
Both and both.
but it's like even then that guy, you know, I was looking forward to it. I'm like, clearly your resume has got to be speaking if this company has come out and said we seen what you talked about and all that stuff. We don't care. We want you on the game. We want you as a lead designer. We want you making things happen. And you know, and he had to quit. He had to quit basically because Kotaku, the TMZ of, you know, video game reporting, you know, came out unnecessarily and just reported on the history, making a bunch of people aware of it who don't need to be, who have zero interest in the game to begin, who are the real toxic people out here who just want to ruin people and cancel people. And this man had to quit. They may have compromised the greatness that game could have been because this guy could be a master, you know what I'm saying, at his craft. I don't care about that. Like I told somebody the other day, if you worried about all the things that some of your favorite creators did, I guarantee you will find something in every single person on this planet that you don't. But we ain't got time to be canceling everybody.
Oh, well.
So, like I said, yeah, like those things are just super important, man. And like I said, what I'm talking about is ultimately maintaining the integrity and what's responsible for building these brands, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's your favorite anime, you know, whatever it is. It's super, super important because the reason you got into those things is because you love, you know, all of these things. And it's the same thing with anything, you know. Mass Effect is what it is. Hell, I'm wearing the hoodie right now, and my girlfriend got another one. She in the chat, Fox Mamba, and you know, I introduced her to Mass Effect early on, and I got her to play 1, 2, and 3, and it was a crazy experience to get to see her fall in love with the same characters I did. You know what I mean? Now, what if somebody came along and changed all that? You know, and the old games weren't available anymore. You know what I mean? Like, what is that doing? That's not the same experience I had. Those are different characters. You know, like what I don't want that for her. I want her to fall in love with that the same way I fell in love with when I watched Naruto for the first time, and I introduced her to that, and we had whole conversations around that. You know, and it's like I could tell you 100 movies and things out here that I personally don't like. But I'm also not over there jumping in a fan base like, well, I would really like this show if it had dragons in it. I feel like they should be throwing fireballs 20 minutes into the show. No, I just decide I don't like it and I move on.
Yeah.
But you know what it really is? FOMO. When something is so hot, people got to fear missing out. They don't want to not be a part of it. And that's the same thing with Cyberpunk. When Cyberpunk was so big, some of us was out here enjoying it.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I was loving Cyberpunk though. I was, man.
But you had fun. If you didn't, it would have been an honest opinion. And I'm cool with either way. I tell people I'm cool with you not liking something. There's nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, I encourage it because a lot of people out here encourage fake positivity on Twitter. Positive vibes only. Nah, forget all that. You don't love every game you play, so I don't want to hear you praising every game that you play. I want to hear all things. We chat wild. But yeah, exactly. So real consequences of trying to date everybody in Mass Effect. They get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? But
these Floyd.
Hey, but that's real talk. He was there. He tried it. If you don't try, that's the first thing. It's funny he mentioned that. My brother was playing Persona 5 Royale recently. He asked me if he should get it, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. I platinumed it. I loved it. And I ain't even I think I got stuck on like the 5th boss originally on Persona 5, and I platinum Persona 5 Royale. And it's the same kind of thing. He goes, who should I date? And he was like, can I just date everybody? And I was like, no, do not do that immediately. Like you're gonna get slapped up and you're gonna miss out on everything. It's like, nah, you need to pick. And like I said, same thing with her and my girlfriend now. She's talking about Garrus. She loved Garrus. You know what I mean? Like when franchises create these characters for you, that you end up falling in love with, you know what I'm saying? Like just whether it's their demeanor, what they stand for, all these things are super important. And each of these characters have something they identify with, and the platforms they're on. Like Enzo was saying earlier, it's important, not to lose your identity. The God of Wars and Ratchet and Clank and Mario. Like I told somebody earlier, I was like, they were taking something that was said negatively about Bethesda. They thought people were just being mean, and I was like, nah, some people genuinely don't like their games, and I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, they're not being negative for negative sake, but because of all the things that were surrounding it at the time, they thought that, and I was like, nah, man, it's cool. I was like, I could go without another Mario game so long as I live, but I know that ain't gonna happen. Number one, but I'm also not gonna rain on those people parade either. You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy your game. But an important thing to remember, like I told people, is why I get on stuff like that and why I get on Nintendo is because they're sitting on a lot of franchises that I personally love. They're sitting on Shining Force, Golden Sun.
Oh, what?
Like, yeah, like some of these really, really classic games that I know.
Man, you gotta love Nintendo, bro. You gotta love Nintendo, bro.
I thought Sega owned Shining Force.
So the company that made them, though, is the same company that went to them a while back, and Sega bought the company. So Sega has the guys that made Shining Force. So Sega was the publisher back then, but the Shining Force guys went over. Yeah, so they actually have the company that made it. I don't know where the rights battle would be on that, but as far as I know, when I looked it up, because I looked it up recently, because I had a whole conversation about Shining Force and why like there isn't another one on Twitter the other day, and it looks like the company has it. So technically, Nintendo should be able to make one, but they won't.
Wow.
And that's sad that a great franchise like that is probably gonna die because Animal Crossing 45 and Mario 97.
Animal Crossing 45.
Animal Crossing. Nah, my daughter's into that shit. Nah.
And you know what? I let people have fun with it, bro. I was like, yo, if you want to, I got on my friend. He was streaming the other day. He was like, look, man, I had a hard day. I just need something where I can I can just do nothing basically. And I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I ain't gonna give you too hard of a time. You go ahead and pick them pears. You know what I'm saying? You make that garden. I was like, I was like,
catching butterflies and that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I was like, if that's what you need to relax, cool. I'm gonna play Death Stranding if I need to relax. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go look at them vistas. Which, by the way, if y'all haven't played that, God, that game is gorgeous, bro.
Yeah, I got the guess. Gorgeous. I built all the roads, man. Mountain Knot City. Yes, yes.
Hey, I need to make sure. I think we friends already, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to check out everybody's structures and stuff on that.
Man, y'all please don't bring up that game again, man, because y'all gonna have me go put this freaking game in, bro. Don't do this, man. Don't do it, bro.
I told you, you
Nate.
see my backlog.
Mhm.
What's up?
Did you? Well, I did 2 videos. I went out hunting BTs on purpose to get caught and kill them. have you attempted that? Have you tried that yet? It's fun.
Nah, I'm at the point where they just developed the weapon, and they said I could take it out and test it.
Okay, all right.
So I'm getting there.
Especially when you're building a road, you need a lot of chiralium, and you'll get most of it by actually going out and intentionally getting yourself caught and killing BTs, the big ones, the big boys.
I'm ready to end them. I'm
So I
tired.
got 2 videos on that. Yeah, so you check out my 2 videos. I'll tell you I'll show you how to do it. Oh man,
I love that Death Stranded, bro. Gotta love that Death Stranded, man.
And
I love that game.
That was something that, again, like I tell people all the time, like
Especially
getting back into all
the
those different music.
soundtracks. The soundtrack in the game, man, just
The soundtrack is amazing.
so amazing, man.
Yes.
I ain't lying, but that soundtrack is cold, bro.
man, it's
But that's the kind of effect that we were talking about when the topic came up the other day when somebody said music was not important in games anymore. And I said, nah, man, it's not that it's not important. Is that you got a lot of people out here putting these standard epic music soundtracks on everything, and they're not memorable. I can remember the song right now when I started Death Stranding. It was amazing. I was driving over the vista, the song started playing, and it was amazing. And I was like, dang, yo, this is crazy. Immediately it had a profounding effect on my mood, the environment I was driving through, everything. It was crazy. And I was like, see, it stands out so much because that's what we used to get. Like they talking about PlayStation, you know what I'm saying, 1994 and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like that is when we started getting those things. They used to put so much effort. You know, who doesn't remember the little, even if you ain't even a fan of Final Fantasy, everybody knows the little ending song when you get your experience. Everybody knows. They put all that effort into those things, you know, and just like just like I told somebody, I was like, you know, when marketing is good, when you actively can't forget a slogan, you know. And I said, I said, just try something, you know, say something randomly, you know, when you're chilling with your friends and see if they finish. And then I forgot what I said, but one of the things I could think off the top of my head right now was I said Red Robin, and somebody said yum, and I was like, see,
yep.
I was like, you probably ain't been to Red Robin in like a hot minute, but you ain't never forgot the slogan.
Yeah.
I was like, memorable music, soundtracks, memorable stories, and well-crafted characters have that same effect, you know, on all of us. And that's why a lot of us really love gaming the way that we do. And this is in all hobbies, in all things, you know. And I tell people this all the time. I was like, gaming isn't you know, like the one hobby, you know. And like my girlfriend really fell in love over the last year with running, and I've started to understand one of like the reasons why people like the freedom of running, especially when you could run more than a mile and you ain't you know, when it's easy, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that she really loved, she completed her first 50K recently, and I think it's like 31 point something miles, right? Thank you.
Congratulations.
She should be able to hear us right now. But yeah, that was really big, you know. And prior to that, she did her first 26.2, her first full marathon, right before COVID hit, and it was great, man. And one of the things she told me, like, you just had to be there. Like, I was out running in the middle of nowhere, and this view was insane. And it's only reserved for the people that are going to go out there and go see it. You can see it through a camera, You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, we got 4K. You know, everybody that's going the trail got GoPro, but you weren't there though. The wind was in my hair. You know what I'm saying? I was I was someplace else that very few people have been. And you know, that's what gaming does for a lot of people. And this is why I always encourage people, you know, I always tell people, you know, um this came up recently a lot too, and Rome was there because Rome mentioned some of, you know, what makes a real gamer. I was like, it's not, that's not a question. People are asking the wrong question. Everybody that plays a game is a gamer,
Yeah,
but there are
everybody.
differences between all of us, because if you didn't experience Jet Moto, then we wouldn't be in the same, we wouldn't be able to have that conversation. You know what
I love Jet Moto. I
I'm
love
saying?
that game, man.
It was awesome. But we can remember that and we could all have that conversation because we was there. You know, the same way, like I was saying, she was there in that moment in that 50K and ran through those specific rocks and that terrain
Mm,
and ran that race. You know, it's not
yep,
just, it's everything about the moment that's important. You know,
yep.
it's the temperature that day, that, you know, the how tired were you when you saw that view? You know, where were you at in your life? You know, there's people that have said, you know, video games saved my life. You know what I'm saying? People are like, yo,
Mm,
I delved deep into this RPG at a time when this person, I lost this person in my life, or this happened, and they were like, but seeing that person or that character be heroic, or see that person go through their trials and tribulations, you know, help me rise up, you know, and get to a point where I could be a better me, and I'm still here today because of it. I mean, I seen some people, man. They remind me of some of the happiest people on this planet, and somebody thankfully, I'm glad she shared it. I wouldn't have never guessed that about this person. I'm not going to say who it was, but she shared a story where she said that she attempted suicide, and I was like, that's crazy. I know this person as one of the most happy, fun-loving, like, buy Nintendo everything. They love Nintendo. They play PlayStation and PC and all that stuff too, but they love Nintendo. The most happiest girl I ever seen. And you know, and thankfully, you know, that's not even a thought for her anymore. She's so happy that she's here and she gets to experience more Nintendo and more of all these games. She's like, it's crazy to think I wouldn't have been here. And I'm like, it's crazy to me because I watch your YouTube channel and I'm like, dang, like you might not have been here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But now she's like, but dang, but like, gaming made me realize, like, I got so much I want to live for, so much I want to be here for, so much I want to be present for and live for. And, you know, I
Facts.
got people who love me. You know what I mean? And some people get caught up on the amount, you know, and stuff like that. No, if one other person love you, you know what I'm saying? One other
That's
person.
straight
That's
facts, man. Straight facts. That's like me. Like my life used to be on a completely different path. Do you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
I never. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into like, but my life was on a different path, man. And now, you know, I'm back to enjoying my gaming. I've got little girls growing up. I'm around. Do you know what I mean? I ain't missing out and nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? So, gaming's a big part of that. It gives me something
Exactly.
to like. It gives me something to focus on. I still do a bit of training here and there, but it's not my main focus no more because
And all that's
slap the
important.
game on and that. Yeah, man.
And
That's what I'm
and
saying.
it's important for those things to be maintained, you know what I'm saying, and the
Mm-hmm.
integrity of what you fell in love with to make sure it continues forward, you
But that's what
know.
I'm saying. Like even my daughter's getting into it now. Like she loves Spider Man on the PS4, but even though she can't
Hmm.
play it, she's small. She's bare young now. Do you know what I mean? She turned 6 yesterday. So, but
Oh,
she'll jump
happy
on Spider
belated.
Man. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
She'll sit
congrats,
there.
man.
She'll try and do her shit and that. You know, she'll play her Pokemon on her Switch and that, and Animal Crossing. But it is what it is. Well, it's something for her to like maybe to keep her off the streets and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because yes, certain places in South London ain't the nicest. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be good if she
Exactly.
has something to focus on instead of going out and you know whatever fucking that comes with it. So she enjoys playing, you know, Spider Man. Like I said, she loves Miles Morales as well. So it's all good, man. She comes here and she'll slap PS5 on and she's having a good time, man. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's about. So yeah, gaming can change your life around. So if people sit
Exactly.
there and laugh and say, nah, you're talking nonsense. Nah, but listen, you know what you're talking about. Gaming can change and influence positivity in your fucking life, bro. And I'm being serious about that. So
I love this
that,
hobby, bro. This hobby of gaming, man.
mm-hmm.
I love it, man.
That's
I
what we're here
love
for,
it.
bro. Facts.
Yeah, man, it's just on a different level, man, and it can bring you into so many different things. And none of us are one dimensional. We all enjoy something else, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the thing that separates us is, this is a big thing for us. The same way that, like I said, my girlfriend's main hobbies kind of flip flop for a while. She became focused on her training for running and stuff like that, but she still games. So it's like none of us are one dimensional. We got times where we stop, or like you said, you might have kids or this and that, but it's the one thing, what I'm saying, one of the few things you always come back to. It doesn't stop you from doing other things. I hate how people like try to perceive that, like, just because you're a gamer you can't do nothing else.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
bullshit, man.
yeah,
Everyone knows that's bullshit.
I'm like,
You know
there's
what I mean?
gamers in all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? And then people, act like, oh, you can't be a business owner or you can't do this. Like, dude, gamers are this whole world right now. There are billions of us at this point. I was like, we run
Yeah.
businesses, we are architects, we are runners, we are, fitness models and all these different things. We are lots and lots of things. That at
It's,
this point, we are probably is one of us that does everything at this point.
and it still make time for gaming.
Yep.
Exactly. And you might
Mm-hmm.
have less of it, some days. You might have more of it other days, you know. But like I said, the importance is for some of the OGs like us that's in here. Like he was saying, when we originally started this, is for the identity of all this stuff to remain, and to still be that thing that we fell in love with. As gaming does grow, yes, we are happy to invite more people into gaming and show people. I shared with my neighbor the other day. I showed him Death Stranding. He couldn't believe what he was looking at. He was like, "Is this a movie?" Like, that was his first question. Is this a movie? And I was like, "Nah, this is a game." And I handed him the controller. And he was like, "Wait, what's happening?" And then after the whole wait, so he's like, the questions were crazy because he doesn't really game. But prior to him meeting me, he he had no idea. He just thought, like most parents. So gaming is Fortnite and Mario, right? That's that. I don't know. That's what my kids talk about, or Minecraft. I'm like, nah, it's so much more than that. And the same thing, funny enough, the same neighbor, I introduced him to anime. They probably watching it right now. I can hear it all the time. We get ready to go to the gym. I can hear their
Mm-hmm.
TV blasting and they watching some new anime. He talks to me about it all the time. And he watches it with his kids. And I gave him like a curated list for, like, younger kids, certain anime that's appropriate. And then he watches some of a little more of the, like, bloody stuff with like his slightly older son. And like it's just created a bonding thing for him, that number one, discovering something he never knew existed, and now created something where he bond over that with his kids. He's like, man, this is crazy. He's like, my son is talking to me about, how that the life lessons that he's learning while watching this. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's what we trying to share with people, man.
That's what it's about, man. It's like I tried getting my daughter into. Well, yeah, she likes Dragon Ball, right? And it turns out, she's a Goku fangirl, right? I like Vegeta, so we sort of disagree on that one. But yeah, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but she enjoys watching it here and there. She's not bang on it, but kids are easily distracted. You know what I'm saying? But she'll sit there and she'll watch it, and she's a Goku fangirl, so
Yeah.
like, it's all about Vegeta, kid. She's like, nah, it's Goku. But it is what it is. And them times are precious, man. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like,
They are, man.
yeah. So yeah, it's what it is.
It's like I don't have the kids, but her nieces and nephews come over, and we started them. And yeah, they originally played Fortnite and stuff. They see whatever's popular on YouTube, but gradually I kind of introduced them, and they go, man, you have a lot of games. I'm like, yeah, why don't you check them out? Why don't you look, see if there's something there you like? But I had to coach them, and like, this is how you navigate the the PlayStation Store. You can look at trailers and this, and gradually the individual gamer in each of them starts to come out. Her second youngest niece loves story driven games. She could sit there and play Assassin's Creed for hours. she's like, "Oh, this is crazy." And then she did this, and she was playing Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I gradually nudge her in the right direction. You know,
Get off that shit. Not Odyssey, like elsewhere.
yeah. And I'll play Fortnite with them. I go back, I'm like, all right, look,
Mhm.
let's play some. And then they're like, oh, I want to, and then they'll get off. They'll be like, no, I'm gonna play Assassin's Creed. I want to see what happens in the story. I'm like, see, I'm like, guess what? Guess what?
Check
Like I
out Ghost
bought
of Tsushima or something like that. But they enjoy that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've gotten them. I get them into it like slowly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They kind of each got their own little thing.
Progress.
But yeah. Now they were playing The Walking Dead the other day.
Gameplay.
I forget the Telltale one. They were playing that. They liked that, which led them into asking me about Detroit Become Human. So I had her playing that the other day, and I was like people think like people are too young, and I'm like, people grow up around these kids and get drunk and have fight. Like they're not too young for any of this. They see all this. If anything, this prepares them better in decision making and lets them see things. I'm like, there were things I understood at a very young age because once I played like Final Fantasy and stuff, like I was like, dang, like all the scenarios and different things that would pop up in these things are not things that you were typically going to interact with every day, but it will help you identify these things when you do come across them in real life, um, as well as help you improve in other areas. That's help you. This is a big one. They used to think I had a learning disability for reading. I was just uninterested. I was bored. So it turns out that summer I went and I played Final Fantasy VIII all summer. I came back, I tore the reading test apart. I was one of the few. I was like the one of the few kids in the whole state that
Damn.
got a perfect comprehension score on the comprehension test. And they were like, "We thought that you." I was like, "Nah, I was bored because what we were reading was boring." I was like, I don't want to read that." But I read. They're like, "Well, how did you improve so much?" Well, I found something interesting I wanted to read, and it improved my vocabulary. It improved, my comprehension, understanding. It improved all these different things because I'm like, you're talking, 80, 100-hour RPG where you're going through all these different scenarios, most often reading, especially back then. It improved a ton. And it helped me read out loud better because I was like reading to my younger brother while I was playing, so he didn't have to read it. I mean, he could read at the time, but like I was reading it out loud, which helped me understand how to read out loud better. Because that's a whole technique with reading out loud. Like you would read ahead, so you're never like. There's certain things you never really understand until you do them. And gaming is one of those things you got to experience for yourself. And like I said,
Absolutely.
just the same way. So I mean, it says play a game, so that is an act of you engaging with the game.
Yeah, but the answer is, man, it's just like I be at work, man, just thinking about gaming, bro. I'm like, bro, I can't wait till I go home and to play this certain game, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, but it's the same way. The same way you think about that. My girlfriend go to work and she go, man, I can't wait to get home and put on my new running shoes and my glasses and go run outside. Because I told people, I was like, bro, everybody think that way with their hobbies. Especially when you in your new mode, like she got a new pair of running shoes recently. She couldn't wait to get on the trail. Man, I'm gonna go run on. Ooh, can't wait to run on some dirt and just hair in the wind. The same thing when you're in your mode and you got that game, and most often people speak about it. Metal Gear Solid, whatever your favorite Final Fantasy might be, Mass Effect, like we were talking about Golden Sun earlier, the Suikoden series. I mean, there's so many classics, man, so many stories and so many worlds, and you could just explore all these places. It's like, trust me, bro. None of us in this thing want to keep that away from anybody, but what we want to do is keep gaming on the right path. We want to keep it focused on what made gaming great, what made you fall in love with it to begin with, and that's where we're trying to keep it on rails. And that's where some people think it's us being negative or anything like that. And it's like, nah, this is what you need to do, sometimes in order to keep what you fell in love with. I guess, what you fell in love with. You didn't fall in love with soap operas because that's not gaming. People who like soap operas fell in love with soap operas.
Nah, man. I can't watch soap operas, man, to save my life, man. And that shit is bored, bro.
Oh, what? Can't
Yeah.
watch
Well, I
that.
did when I was little. My mom, all my children, General Hospital, Guiding Light, she did that. So I got to know Luke and Laura, the Carringtons,
I
Well,
cannot
that's
watch
what I'm
that at
saying.
all, man. Guiding Light, the world turns and all that, man. I can't watch that shit, man. Hey, bro, man, that shit is
Bold and the
boring.
Beautiful.
Hey,
I can't watch that shit,
but we
man.
also ain't in here getting on people that like soap operas either. We're
Right.
not like, oh, you know what? Soap operas need a little Metal Gear in there. You know what I'm saying? Then it would be kind
Yeah.
of dope. Yeah, it would be, but
If
we
they
know
had
that
some
ain't gonna
gaming in
happen.
there, yeah, you know what I'm saying? That'd be like a different story, but just just hearing people issues, problems, this person cheating on this one. Man, look, man,
So I'm gonna leave General Hospital for the people who like General Hospital.
Can't
absolutely.
watch that shit now, though. I can't watch none of that.
Oh no, no, I don't. Yeah, I don't even know if it's still going. That's
Oh,
just
they're
like the
still
only
going.
one I remember.
It's still going.
They're still going. I'm lost in the sauce on those things.
Yeah, it's kind of like I explain to people. There's a lot of things, and I don't know who in here watches anime, but anime has a lot of little things that
I was
only anime
just
does.
I watch all anime.
So you
I
know
was
them.
just watching Yasha Hime.
See, so you know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of little things that happen in anime, and gradually, as I introduced my girlfriend to anime, I had to explain these things. But she didn't ask. She didn't ask to change these things. She just wants to know why they exist. And I'm like, well, uh, in Magi, at one point, when certain things happen, the main character gets really small, and obviously, it's not his actual size. It's a representation of
Mm-hmm.
how he fits. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
I was going through those things and explaining, and like, it was so cool because, like, eventually, she was just watching hella anime and falling in love with all these little things, these tropes and things that happen in anime. She didn't ask, well,
Uh-huh.
why isn't this person like this and why isn't this like that? No, you're not there to change it. You're there to enjoy it.
Now,
It's
does she
like,
understand the sneeze? What the sneeze represents?
oh, are you talking about the?
Well, in a lot of animes, the sneeze is used a lot in various animes. You know, somebody will sneeze. I mean, somebody else is
Usually when
talking
somebody
about that
talking
person.
about,
Yeah.
yeah. She's seen that. Her other one was like, when like the top of the face gets really dark, like half their
Yeah.
face is dark.
Mhm.
That also she noticed. She go, why all the villains got white hair? I was like, all right, that's a fair point. So all the little things that when you've been watching anime for a while, you always tell people. Well, people go. I guess the other big thing that comes out from it, and this is why I say globalization sucks, because it's important for Japan to stay Japan. I need them to be Japan because nobody else does Japan
Yes.
like
Facts.
Japan. And some
Yeah.
people ask questions. I'm like, it's cool to ask questions. I'll explain it to you. But the first rule about anime is you do not logic anime. People go, well, how does she run that fast when her breasts are that big? Look, that is you don't worry about that. It's an anime. That's the reason, because it's anime. Like the number one thing that comes up all the time, and I know y'all seen it. Because Luca brought it up at one point. But it's funny because Luca actually loves it. Luca loves anime. But the shot, I think it's High School DxD is what it happened in, where they shoot the bullet
Yeah.
and it goes between her breasts and they flop out of the way in the most ridiculous way to avoid the bullet. And it's like people are like, how does that even work? And I'm like, look, bro, it's anime. That's how it works. I mean, you ain't about to cartwheel through a 50 caliber bullet, are you? No.
Oh,
So,
Mm-mm.
but those are the things you love, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, the stuff that we grew up on, like I said, whether the Metal Gears, Pokemon, Red and Blue, all these things are important, you know, and like I said, all of us are definitely happy. Who doesn't want gaming to be bigger? You know what I mean? You know, the more people in it, the more, you know, companies are going to see reason to be in it to help it grow. But you know, we also see some of the negative things, and we're gonna call them, you know, the microtransactions and stuff like that, and you know, try to alleviate some of that stuff, because if we don't, the people that are in it so deep, you know, that have an intrinsic understanding about what should and shouldn't be. You know, imagine if you were new to gaming, right? And the only thing that you did play was NBA 2K. I know people like that. And they cool. They are a gamer. They are not like me, but they are a gamer. We both game. But there are things they don't understand that they getting got on. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the microtransactions and stuff. I know people that didn't even realize that was a bad thing. They didn't like it. They knew you know, they had a feeling, but they didn't understand that that was like new, and the game was being designed to go against them, to make them have to spend more money so they can make a 99 character. Like, there are things that, even though I don't play 2K like that, I still know what they doing and how they trying to get over on people, and I go and explain that to those people. So they, you know, so because I want what's best for everybody, no matter what game that you choose to play. And I want all these games to constantly be a thing. So that's been like a big, you know, a big thing when people are like, oh, you should, and then you have to be careful with certain things, like the censorship conversation that a lot of people were talking about lately. And I'm like, well, if you start censoring one thing, then you got to censor the other thing. Then it becomes, then you got to draw the line. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's a place for everything. I always tell people, like, people don't complain about, you know, the hottest topic on Pornhub, because, well, if you don't like it, you're probably not there. And if you are complaining, that means you were there because you know it's the hottest topic on Pornhub. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, so you busted red-handed. So what was you doing there if you don't like it? You know what I mean? So more often than not, you get a lot of people who are on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah. People often see it as an unwelcoming thing that gamers or people in certain hobbies do. And man, I got 10 notifications on Twitter, and I don't know why. Um, but people often see it as like a thing where we're being, you know, uninviting. It's like, nah, we welcome you in. I introduce everybody.
It's not that. Just don't kill your identity while you're fucking at it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. Like, I just don't want you to come in and think, you know what I'm saying, you about to change the O-line because you discovered football yesterday. Like, no, you didn't know. Watch the game and appreciate, and realize you're not the coach, and just enjoy the game. Like, kind of thing. You know, some people discover something and they want to change it 5 minutes after they've been there. It's like, nah, that's not how it works. But yeah, man, I want a space for all that stuff, you know, because like I said, I intrinsically, like, I'm a huge JRPG fan. Nobody does it like them to this day. They got a little beside themselves at one point. They were Square Enix specifically tried to westernize a lot of their franchises, and I was like, nah. And they sales went down, and they were so puzzled. And I was like, how are you confused that we want what you do from you? We don't want Activision from you. We want what you do. And then they started doing what they do, and the sales started coming back up. You know, you had your Octopath Traveler. You know, you had Bravely Default, which was sold out for the longest physically. You couldn't even get it. Not the new one, not Bravely Default 2, but the original Bravely Default release broke their sales prediction. I literally couldn't buy a physical copy. I eventually had to cave and buy it digitally because I couldn't even find it. I could find it now. But that kind of love and that kind of want for those games is what we talk about, you know. And I still want the Call of Duties for the people who want to play Call of Duty. You know? It's just like we want a space for all that to remain.
Oh, yeah, bro. You got to have that card in there, man.
Oh, yeah. My homie was playing it last night. And I was like, man, you reminded me of the old days, man. He had me wanting to pop it in. I was like, man, you about to make me get on the game. It'd be like that. So yeah, man, it's a lot going on, man. But it's gonna be an exciting time. Thankfully, most of us out here are getting our PS5s if you ain't got it already. And man, it looks like it's gonna be an exciting generation, man. It's a lot to come. Nobody's downplaying the purchase that Microsoft did, but nothing happened yet. So people could chill on that. It ain't nothing but rumors and speculation. Nothing concrete has happened. We'll be lucky if we see a game out of Bethesda Softworks this year at all. I mean, Microsoft got a lot of ground to push. They got a ton of developers, and that's good for them, man. They got to hunker down and actually do some work now. Stop purchasing people. Ain't no need to upset the balance no more. You good?
Exclusives, man.
Exactly.
You got them studios lock down some exclusives, create something, give competition something.
Exactly. Money is great.
Do something.
And use that money to back these companies you got now and hunker down, get in them trenches and make some games. Because I know a lot of people hate how quiet PlayStation is, but every time PlayStation say something, they saying something for a reason. They letting you know what's coming. So when they get ready to open their mouth, believe it. They're gonna let you know what's coming. But in the meantime, we already know we got Kenna. Plenty of us gonna be enjoying that.
Yeah,
that's gonna be cool.
That, man.
Same. Yeah. And for $40, like I think it's gonna sell real well.
Yeah.
So
still day one for me.
Day one as well. We still got plenty out here, and they'll say something when they need to. But yeah, man, really, man, it's all about just enjoying them games, and like it sounds like we all doing that right now. Instead of Death Stranding.
And I think like after Kenna is that Ratchet and Clank, and I think that Ratchet and Clank comes out sometime in June.
Oh, yep, Return.
Yeah. Internal too. So man, it's like Sony back at it again, man. Just acting the ass, man. Exclusives. It's back again for 2021.
Yeah, man. They making a lot of deals. They looks like they're maintaining really good third party relations, which is important. When you're not out here trying to purchase the whole building, you maintain good third party relations. And some people don't know how far that goes. I hear a lot of people always say, well, Sony bought this and Sony bought that. And I was like, nah, they just really good friends. But y'all wouldn't know nothing about that because that's not to be honest, that's not the American way. The American way is honestly like the type of way that Disney does business. Oh, you not for sale? Cool. I'm going to buy the person that owns your business. And then whether you for sale or not, I'm going to own you. Because that's how Disney do business.
Yep.
And that's how Americans do business. That's why Microsoft did what they did. Oh, you don't want to be friends like that? That's cool. I'll just buy you. That's how they do it. But the Japanese way and the way that Sony has done it so far, fostering organic relationships with Capcom, Atlas, and all these people. And it's funny. Like a lot of people say, and I'm like, it's cool if you don't personally like them. But a lot of people always try to downplay the importance of games like Persona and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah. But you see what's all over everybody's timeline, though, right? Like, you see what everybody's talking about. We're talking about these games, and guess where them games are not? They not on the Xbox. They on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? You still want to play Persona 5? It's only one place to play.
PlayStation.
And that ain't even first party. And that is where Sony needs to maintain their strength. And I'm on them about that. And I tell you why I'm on them about that. Because they foster some of the best games we've ever got a chance to play. And whether it's first, second, or third party, Yakuza would have never been a thing. Yakuza was taken to Xbox originally. They didn't want it. They didn't even want it on the system. PlayStation took it, and PlayStation fans supported it and got it to where it is to this day. And now everybody and their grandmother want it. After we go in the trenches, after we, stand beside these people, support these people and these franchises, you know what I'm saying, and shout them out in our communities, now the Xbox guys are like, oh, I want it. I want it.
Yeah, exactly. Man. We're
Oh,
spitting
it's
some
so
facts, man. Let them have it. Tell them how it is. We're spitting some facts, man. A lot of people need to understand. Obviously, your knowledge, like share it with the people, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Let them fucking know what's going on. Like, god damn, tell them how it is. Exactly, and that's
and I'm like, look, it's cool. It's cool, like that y'all want to play. Like we ain't opposed to other people playing it, but let's be real. It wouldn't have existed without PlayStation fans. There's a lot of franchises out there that's like that. Without the PlayStation, console and the community behind them, they wouldn't have existed.
Right.
And it's like that's not the only story I've heard like that, where something was offered to them and they didn't want it. They didn't have the foresight to see how great of a game it could have
been. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I said, going forward, definitely hope PlayStation maintains their in-house stuff. I mean, they have a certain philosophy and game design about them. You can clearly see the exchange, the camaraderie between each of the studios. How they just constantly trying to one up each other. And they definitely got the in-house recipe. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they maintain what made them great.
Naughty Dogs.
Yep, Naughty Dog, Insomniac back with the squad officially, and most likely Blue Point, I'm guessing at some point. I mean, they still may maintain like a second party relationship, but they may officially join the team, and a lot of people think it's just whatever when it comes to that, but it's important to develop these teams in order to get them to work the way that they do. Like a lot of people don't understand the what it takes to really create a game. And I always tell people it's not just money, because if it was just money, Microsoft wouldn't have lost a single generation. Not a one.
Facts.
So there's plenty of times a lot of people don't even know. At one point, there was something that Sony Santa Monica was working on for I think a year and a half or 2 years. They canceled it. A lot of people didn't even know about that. It was prior to this God of War. It was space game. Sci-fi game. Yeah, exactly. And he said he went in and they kept trying it and trying to see what they could do with it. And I think it was either Kazurai or the other guy. I can't remember the other guy's name. But one of them had said he went to go see it. They canceled it, and then that's when God of War started.
Shuhei. It was Shuhei.
Yeah, there you go. Shuhei. Yeah, Shuhei Yoshida said he played it, and it was like they eventually just scrapped it. And I was like, that's the kind of dedication that it takes to see something with so much foresight that you like, I'm gonna give y'all all this time, and like if it don't work, then we're just gonna move to something else, because we're not gonna put out a product that's gonna compromise the integrity and the quality of what we're known to put out. And that's what PlayStation been doing. Exactly. One of the best games ever made. God of War 2018. Oh yeah.
Even the Valkyries, mate. even them.
I couldn't hear him. Is his mic messing up for y'all?
Hey, Cyber, you breaking up, bro.
It's messing up my side as well for me, bro.
Yeah, your mic breaking up or something, bro.
But yeah, man, they like I said, they have a design philosophy behind them and the team. And like I said, I kind of wish some of the teams and the studios would go a little more radio silent, and not communicate so much early on, because there's a lot of changes and a lot of things that happen during development that it's just a lot of fans out here who are not into the industry side and they don't really understand how it works. Cyberpunk is a really good victim of this when they showed the wall running. Even though they said 100 times in a video, this is very early, this is everything you see is subject to change, this and that, they still got scrutinized over the wall running being removed. So I kind of want them to take a seat back, or sit back and just not communicate so much until they're really ready to communicate publicly what's going on with a lot of the game. No, I mean Destruction All Stars. I mean, hey, look, everything they do ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna say that. But I know some people out there that's probably having fun with it. I'm not gonna front. That's not my whether or not Destruction All Stars was good. It's Robert in the chat. It wasn't my type of game to begin with, so it's all good. They everything they make I don't like. I mean, people love Mario Odyssey. I hate that game. That game bored me to tears.
Oh man, I love that Mario Odyssey, man. Oh,
see,
come on
and
now.
you love it. See,
come on,
and
man. I love that Mario Odyssey.
But I traded it in 2 days later. I got rid of it for the highest price. I was like, "Who want it?"
Bad idea, man. Bad idea.
2 days later, huh? Wow.
2 days later, bro. It was not for me. But again,
big mistake was made.
I know myself as a gamer, and I know it's like, yeah, and it was huge. It was huge, which is why we gonna get Mario 99 because Mario is a phenomenon, and everything you put his name on or his face is gonna sell. No, but it was a good game. That's not why I got rid of it. It's because I didn't like it. I could see that it's a quality game, and that's what I was telling people. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean I think it's a bad game. I don't think it's bad. But
it's like I didn't like Breath of the Wild. But I tried it twice, 2 separate occasions. It just didn't gel with me. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, you mean Zelda Break of the Weapon? Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Oh man,
yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that title, Break of the Weapon.
Oh man, I love that Zelda Breath of the Wild, man. Y'all fools tripping, bro, like hard, man.
I'm gonna use
hey, man, y'all tripping hard on me.
Hey man, have at it, bro.
Well, hold up. Well, I will agree because on some weapons, if you hit the enemy a couple of times, I don't know, let's say maybe about 4, 5, 6 times, then your weapons start to break, and that's when you gotta, grab something else and you backpack or something. But I mean, like other than that, man, it's like the game is good, bro. The game is good.
Yeah, I agree. I think some people went
you
a little
can't take nothing away from Zelda, man.
When
nothing
they were
away from that game.
They were like, oh man, like some people, I was like, they'll get on how empty like an open world is, and then they were like, but then when they played Zelda, they're like, yeah, but it was a sense of mystery and amazement, and the world was just vast and amazing. And I was like, you mean it was empty? And they were like, well, no, it was meant to be that way. And I was like, yeah, but that's not what you said about like the last 3 open world games you played. So is it different because it's Zelda, or like, exactly? That's the real answer. It's different because it's Zelda, but they don't want to say that.
It's like people try saying that about Ghost of Tsushima as well, like, oh, it's empty and that. But I'll be running around, I'll be seeing the Mongols getting mangled up by bears and that. I don't know what game you're playing.
Yeah, they were playing the wrong. Because Ghost was anything but empty. There was stuff happening all the time, everywhere I went.
Yeah.
So
I run into some people getting mangled up by a bear. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I was riding through the woods and jumped off my horse and drop kicked somebody.
Yeah, facts. The amount of times I've been ambushed by them wild pigs, bro. Like, god damn. They're worse than the bears, isn't they? I ain't gonna lie, but they are worse than the bears.
And all 3 of them will gang up on you.
Yeah, like one will smack you, go flying, and as soon as you get up, the next one's at you, and the other one comes like just running in. Yeah, that game's not.
So where in the world are you going to hear the phrase "Don't show"?
Nowhere else.
Exactly, man.
Achas.
Which is why I always tell people, man, it's funny. They even with all the controversy that came out with all that game, it was funny because I was like, all these people, and who was funny? Like I said, the TMZ of video game reporting again they were the culprits here again, trying to report that it was insensitive or whatever for a non-Japanese developer to develop a Japanese focused game. And then now they're about to become the two directors or whatever
Yep.
of it are now becoming permanent honorary ambassadors of the
Yes.
island, because them producing the game got us to notice and want to restore the island, and we did. We raised the funds to restore the official and real island back to the way that it was. And I was like, see? Yep, the gates, exactly. So that's what gaming can do, man. It can bring awareness. It could teach people. It could teach you how to add, subtract, multiply, divide. Gaming could just do so much, man. And when people realize that it's an unlimited, it is an unlimited source of not only entertainment but also learning and wonderment and all these great things, like they'll be better for it. So it's a great tool, man. And it's just, it could, like I said, it could do so much and traverse so much stuff because it's so big. Being the world's biggest entertainment platform in the world, which we took that's fun. All those days, you for all the people that were the nerds in the classrooms and gaming wasn't cool and this and that. Nah, I never let that happen. I took my PSN magazine to school. I read about my JRPG. I took my Game Informers when that came out. Yeah, nobody ain't gonna tell me. And now, what they all doing? Hitting me up. Hey man, you stream on Twitch? You build computers? Hey man, how you do this? I'm like, yeah, see? Even the ones that didn't game. Now they like, dang man, gaming is crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I told you. Now you know. I think my girlfriend may be just about ready, so we can get this hour and a half in at the gym.
Okay.
I'm gonna go try and be a fit gamer. You know what I'm saying? Break other stereotypes and show them. You know what I'm saying? We could be bold. I could be swole. You know what I'm saying? And hit X. You know what I'm saying? And hit the X button. You know what I'm saying? It's all.
There you go, mate. That's it. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I know it's getting late, guys, and we've been shit, man. We've been on this stream for quite some time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for coming, stopping by, and stuff. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank y'all. Continue to stay safe out there.
Shout out to Robert, who came in the chat, man.
Yeah.
He thought we was gonna get mad. We don't get mad in here, bro. We can talk games, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Ain't nothing. We can call it out when we see it. We call a spade a spade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm gonna take. Wait.
All right. I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all have a good
night.
Take care, Nate.
Alrighty.
All right, Nate.
What's up? Y'all still here?
Everybody.
Yep, I'm still here.
All right, guys, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna thank all y'all for stopping by. I hope all y'all enjoyed the show. We're about to go on in the stream. Sorry, but you want to go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you and stuff, bro?
Hello. Cyber Dragon about to sign off. You found me on my YouTube channel, Cyber Dragon, with the C and D is capital. I do streams of indie games, first party games. Find me also on Twitter, same thing. And just continue to stay safe out there and stay blessed. Thank you.
Rick?
Yo, this is the Rec, man. You can find me on YouTube. Haven't posted any videos lately, but I'm soon gonna do one. Whenever I get a chance or whatnot. But you can find me on Twitter though. That's the same name, Direct. Y'all just have a blessed night, man.
All right, Enzo.
Yeah, I ain't really on the YouTube thing, but you see me about on Twitter. I voice my opinions and stuff. Same name, Enzo Machiavelli. Everyone stay safe, stay blessed, play your games. Don't cap for something if you ain't gonna do it.
Play games, play
Actions
games.
speak louder than words, boy. Yep.
Yep.
You're blessed to have me on, Slim. First time and that.
I was
So,
all good, man.
Yes,
Bless
I
up,
was
I'm
all-
glad you was here, sir. Glad you was
Yeah,
here.
yeah, bro. Yeah, man. This was a nice podcast, bro. I enjoyed it. This is your host, your boy C Slim, of course. If you enjoy the show, you make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Would be appreciated, and we out. Peace.
Peace.
Stay blessed.